हेलो हेलो हेलो, पता है मेरे को, मैं थोड़ा सा लेट हो गया हूँ, आई नो, थोड़ा लेट हो गया मैं, बट ठीक है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है। अपन चलते हैं सीधा मैच की तरफ। आई नो 5-6 राउंड हो गए होंगे, मैक्स टू मैक्स 7 राउंड हो गए होंगे, इससे ज़्यादा नहीं हुए होंगे। मेरा एक्चुअली नेचर्स कॉल की वजह से मैं थोड़ा लेट हो गया। जी कैसा खेल रही है? जी का गेम है ना? एक मिनट देखते हैं। हो गया, स्ट्रीम तो चालू हो ही गई होगी। नो डेटा कैसे है? मैं बोला ना, स्ट्रीम तो चालू हो ही गई होगी, स्ट्रीम का दिक्कत नहीं है। लाइव का नोटिस भी चले गया है, लाइव का नोटिस भी चले गया है। ओ जी आगे है। एक हो जाए, एक स्टोरी हो जाए। गाइस जी इज प्लेइंग टुडे, 9 राउंड्स हो चुके हैं, जी 5-4 से आगे है। जल्दी से लिंक पे टैप करो, जी को सपोर्ट करो, स्ट्रीम पे आ जाओ, जी को जिताते हैं। एक इंडियन रीजन की टीम है, उसको जितवाते हैं एंड मजे करते हैं। जल्दी से आओ।
And it's Global coming through, looking for the spike plant. Autumn claiming more heads as we speak.
भाई FBX से ऑटम को बढ़िया उठाया है ये लोगों ने। मास्टर्स पहुंच जाएंगे इस बार, ऐसा फील है मेरे को।
Info on one player in Shuna from the chokehold. Just trying to find a little bit more.
गाइस स्कोर लाइन 4-5 हो चुकी है, जी लीड में है, जी जीत सकती है। एंड जल्दी से आओ स्ट्रीम के ऊपर, जी को सपोर्ट करो, लिंक पे टैप करो, लाइक करो, सब्सक्राइब करो, फटाफट से सपोर्ट करते हुए आ जाओ, एंजॉय करते हैं। अबे यार वन टेक नहीं आ रहा आज, म्यूट करके एक वन टेक लेता हूँ क्योंकि आवाज आ रही है ना, मेरे को खुद को समझ नहीं आ रहा है। रुक जाओ, ये जाने दो। गाइस जी वर्सेस वायरल का मैच है, मैप नंबर 1 चल रहा है, जी 6-4 से आगे है। जी को सपोर्ट करते हैं, आज डे 2 है VCT पैसिफिक का। जल्दी जल्दी आ जाओ स्ट्रीम पे, लिंक पर टैप करके लाइक करो, सब्सक्राइब करो और जी को सपोर्ट करते हैं, आ जाओ जल्दी। शॉट रे, शॉट रे, साफ कर देंगे ये लोग, आज तो साफ कर देंगे, बाकी का मेरे को नहीं पता, आज तो कर देंगे।
Should look for a good close here. You'd expect from Autumn and Patman when you consider those names in this roster. It is very scary.
एक मिनट, मैं स्क्रीन भी चेंज करता हूँ, रुको मैं तुम लोग के लिए स्क्रीन चेंज कर देता हूँ, मैंने ध्यान नहीं दिया था। अब स्क्रीन आ गई, हो गई स्क्रीन चेंज।
That's just it. The talk of the town, Autumn, the champ of the 1v1s. Here comes Cinder, the challenger. V hops over, but positions noted as well. Ooh. GE now stuck up, elbow to elbow. We'll see if Cinder can do much, but unfortunately not enough. As Autumn crouches down for the headshot, GE looking to take this first half. We hear it at the end of the last round, right? From Autumn's, tighten up. That felt very, very loose and sloppy from GE going in towards that A site in the very beginning. A gorgeous haunt that comes out from Shuna, capitalizes with the kills to come in there. But the 5 versus 3 very quickly, and I mean very quickly, turns into a 2 versus 1 there, back to GE's favor.
वामोस भाई, जी वाले बहुत अच्छा खेल रहे हैं वे, बैटमैन इज प्लेइंग गुड। एक तो हमने PRX का प्लेयर उठाया है, We are playing with the player of PRX guys। हमने FPX से प्लेयर उठाया, हमने PRX से प्लेयर उठाया, हमने EME से जावी उठा लिया।
There's that drift to come out from Klaus over at the A site, scoping out everything, seeing that there's nothing really there.
बैटमैन परफॉर्म कर ही रहा है, लास्ट ईयर का बेस्ट प्लेयर था एक तरीके से। अब ठीक है, पेपर एक्स के अंदर 2 स्टार्स है, उस वजह से वो नहीं दिखता था, लेकिन अब
a nice
दिखेगा.
switch opportunity for Varrel in the garage at the moment too, right? When you had Zexy very far forward with Cinder as well, but luckily for GE, they're going to drift in towards the A site at the moment and spot out two players over here.
Oh, NT.
One. Klaus, though, is going to diff Autumn in that Yoru battle.
And once again, another slight fake. Most of the GE players are all towards middle now.
40 seconds to make some adjustments as it's the garage control yet again for Zexy. Slips back.
Nice try. 7-5.
Looking a bit better for Varrel, but just for the millisecond.
Crystal Cinder को निकाल लिया.
Where do you think GE are currently lurking about? Because look at this. I mean, LB is looking like a
उदोतान को भी खींच दिया.
So versatile. Every single move all across the map. Varrel are stunned and confused, but here comes the Nightfall. Shuna trying to keep them at bay.
ठीक है 3v3. क्या है अपने पास? एक स्टार है अवेलेबल. सामने रीटेक के लिए एक नेड है. एक बूमबॉट नेड पड़ा है. नेड और बूमबॉट से रीटेक हो तो सकता है रेस.
GE though trying to buy that time away from the spike, more stars and everything touched over the screens, and here comes Javi.
Let's go Crystal.
Needed Crystal. What a spray on that Phantom. Off towards elbow, and the footsteps are already heard. Shuna.
Let's go be.
Desperate effort, but unfortunately shut down at the end. It's GE with an 8-4 first half.
Another recovery for them as well when they're losing these opening players. Another 4 versus 5 conversion. Autumn being felled first, but the team comes back. I think a lot of people.
Let's go, be. Let's go.
You think, or you forget rather, what Crystal was able to do before he joined GE as well. How impactful he was in his ascension runs over in CN before coming over towards Pacific. He took on the mantle of an IGL role as well, which drew him back a little bit from the
क्रिस्टल भी हमने चाइना से. भाई हमने चाइनीज प्लेयर्स की भरमार लगा दी है. एवरीबडी वाज सेइंग ना चाइना ऐसा मैं चाइना को ही खिलाते. हमारे कोई दिक्कत ही नहीं है. हम चाइना वालों को खिला के मचा देंगे. मचाओ रे मचांडे. रुको.
Wait, they're gonna go back, I think. Saba, I need your prowler ramp later, okay?
I'm going recon ramp, guys.
Omen
Recon ramp
TP the
right
full,
now.
Omen TP the full, guys.
भाई
The breaking.
You can fight after
I think we
this.
fight it, bro.
Here,
It's
Viper
race.
mid, guys.
Let's go, let's go,
Flash
let's go
me,
fight it,
flashing.
go fight it.
Yudotan and Autumn over at this tower at the moment. But
भाई क्या कॉम्स चल रहे हैं बे. कितने क्लीन कॉम्स चल रहे हैं.
he needs from the team. Simultaneous kills from Javi and Pat with extra information in mid from Yudotan. It's looking like a gorgeous pistol.
क्या क्लीन कॉम्स है बे जी के. आई एम लविंग इट.
While Klaus tries to poke and prod towards B.
He can get in towards the B side at the moment, but in a 2 versus 5, you know the gaps that he's going to be able to play, right? You've got Autumn looking towards the alleyway, and you've got Heaven covered off by Crystal. There's not really a world in which you'd assume that Varrel can pull the rug out from GE in this scenario.
That's why my perspective shifts towards, does GE make any mistakes here?
The doors are starting to close as well because of this double flank coming through the garage, so you'll take the plant here as Shuna.
क्लीन बे. डबल पीक पे मारो.
Still gonna need a whole lot more though. Oh! Just
1v2.
as they drop down, Klaus right on the trigger. But one unbeknownst to him, it's gonna be.
Let's go be. Clean round.
Switch up for Javi to find a final
Very
headshot.
clean bro. Very clean. 9-4.
Well,
Oh, no,
you
excuse me. Got that wrong.
They missed the first pistol, but you're kind of right in thinking because they got the thrifty on the next one and they had a sensational start to the map because of that one. 2 versus 5 that you've got some damage and a plant in there.
भाई मिड पे जो एडी करके मारते हैं ना बहुत सही लगता है मेरे को. एक गोली मारते हैं वापस आते हैं. डैमेज जो अंदर आओ.
Global Esports will be extending the 8-4 half that they come out with that pistol round. Got to be feeling pretty confident from them on their opponent's map pick as well, right? Split picked out for Varrel if you did miss it.
अटैक में लोग बाय नहीं कर रहे. ओके
With those little lighter upgrades I was talking about, the Sheriff for Shuna and Zexy in with the Shorty.
And there he goes, flying over into the side.
Nice.
Already keeping him in check.
Nice.
All the automatic weapons just making
Nice.
work.
Flawless.
Fortunate for the Korean squad.
कितना फास्ट था ये.
Flawless for Global.
Yeah, cleaned up on that one. 10-4. Rubber ducky.
I love that.
Yep.
they should have a Komodo Dragon one at some these days.
Nah, it's alright, it's alright. Important round coming up for Varrel. Weapons in possession, but what are you going to look to deliver on your now attacking side? Is it going to be trying to maximize the double dive potential?
10-4 double digits for global man. Double digits for global. लाइक करो, सब्सक्राइब करो, शेयर करो बे. अपन ये पैसिफिक के अंदर मचाएंगे, पूरा मचाएंगे. सिर्फ एक मंडे अनअवेलेबल हूँ मैं, बिकॉज मंडे को भाई एक टूर्नामेंट है, उधर जाना पड़ेगा मेरे को. शीश बे.
Up over on top of heaven.
Flip the map now. Varrel going down the stairs in towards the defender spawn. You've got LP who's off yonder in his own postcode. They're not looking at what's behind them. There's the spike, but it's Autumn taking the initiative.
अबे 4 बुलेट है, reload.
GE in this round in terms of numbers, and mate, you're just stuck here, aren't you?
What a check.
गलती कर दी है.
They hold it down. Udotan coming in as well, but it's all down to this 2v1. A bit more pressure applied over up from Vents.
That was a bit of a mistake from Global.
गलती कर दी है.
Admit.
ओवर कमिट कर दिए.
Too hungry to close the round there and catch up Varrel potentially, but 2 versus 1. Udotan, an opportunity perhaps onto LP, but by the timing of the toxic screen going down,
भाई 1v1 है.
He's fully
बहुत टाइम है, 1v1 है.
So clean.
Oh, did Klaus hear him? Yep.
Yes, he does. Now quickly alert as well. Quick on the hop, but it's not going to be enough. Klaus just snaps.
Nice try.
Necessary.
Very nice try.
Though with only one player surviving, it can look to get a little bit costly. So I think if you're Global Esports, you'll forget a little bit that the round was very possibly won on the back of their initiative from Autumn, as I said, when they all try to flood in and they do ultimately die and lose the round at the end. But some really good damage. And you're still 5 rounds ahead too.
That was a very
The thing is not कि ये 5 round आ गए हैं.
I don't know about you.
We're not at the moment where we all need to be standing up yet.
Okay.
We're all good.
Which is map 1.
Map 1, opening series, triple elimination format. There's depth to this tournament. And right now, it's one step in front of the other for Varrel on their map pick. 5 rounds behind. A couple of light shields coming into the mix in this round.
A little bit of noise as well.
Let's see if Crystal can draw the attention away from Patman at the moment where the Prowler is actually going to reveal him.
Nice.
But it's still just going to be them
NT.
waltzing through, unfortunately, into the crosshairs.
Yeah, a bit of a loose bullet coming out from Shuna on towards Patman, but Zexy has found the gap at the moment. Javi had a little bit of the awareness to check that one, but poor old Udo
Nice.
removed. Trade starting to come on through. Zexy onto Autumn, and now the side is overwhelmed.
Nice.
Oh, and it just turns back around into screens.
2v2.
So, enough space and some options for Varrel.
Yeah, they pivot over towards this B side now. Cinder and LP. Eventually you'll get that refreshable dark cover back for Cinder. Gonna plant towards the tower and alley. See what the idea is for Crystal and Javi here for the retake. I mean, Javi's low, but with
Zavi.
Cosmic Divide 2.
Ulti.
Fast. Cinder just trying to eliminate the most likely option, but also otherwise taking a deep space back up into heaven. Something that Javi might not exactly expect.
Oh!
Check on it, the
He expects and he connects.
insane peak. Just down to LP left. And a very doable round for Global. Cosmic Divide out. It's another wild swing. Crystal has stuck it halfway, but LP is jumping off.
Nice try रे global. NT जावी ने बहुत try किया था.
That was really nicely done from Javi to be able to find that first kill on really low HP, and when that divide does coming out, you're kind of hoping and praying that that's going to be the be-all and end-all that can get the job done for Global there. But LP not phased when brought down to the 1 versus 1. Spike half diffused, playing jump with the wall. And does go out for a bit of the swing when he sees the Crystal is off the spike. I mean, it was starting to get the real tail ends where that defuse was necessary. Another round for Varrel, another one with only one player surviving though, but you do destroy the economy of Global here. Ouch!
Chappal.
That is a headache. That's what that is.
Just mentioned economy shattered, but they're still able to come
भाई
like this.
खोल दिए.
Oh no. Suna's gonna have to hang back for now.
You do have some space over towards the A side at the moment, but the chokehold at the front, and if that does get destroyed, it gives a heads up towards
घोड़े खोल दिए. भाई short है उदो.
shoulders of LP. They just got the better of you in the last rounds. This is all 5 players not really finding damage on the side of Global until
Oh
that their very kill.
my god.
Crystal slips in towards the back of the site here as well.
Close range.
Frenzy,
That's where it goes best.
they're not checking him.
TPs for now. Just wanting to be able to take space.
Oh my god.
Unchecked. The spike unfortunately dropped.
If Cinder gets 1 kill, he does have access to the ultimate, but in a 4 versus 1, he would have to convert it to a 3 versus 1, and it just feels like it's going to be difficult. Now position noted.
And you're so close to the side as well. Might as well just try to maybe shoot yourself out.
Oh my god.
It's 4v1. No!
Let's go, G. This is something different, man. This is not the same one.
It's crazy. Honestly, it's crazy. When you're looking in towards this one, a bit of insight for the folks out there as well.
Ah, yes.
A lot of people thought that against the fast-paced teams like a Varrel, that Global Esports might be running a double Sentinel comp, right? Well, we're seeing on the desk a little bit earlier that they've got these options. But Frost has allowed me to say this as well.
Okay.
You're wrong. People are wrong when they think this is going to happen. You'll be surprised, right? This is what he's said to me. And we're seeing it right now. They're not running the double Sentinel.
Let's go, babe. Let's go.
Stand
11-6.
GE's gonna have to close out this map. A lot of space already being taken up by Klaus all the way towards the back. The rest of the team just raring to go, but they hear the chokehold, the interceptor outside around B.
I'm a Varrel fan as well. I did predict them to win Ascension.
Fair
I'll
enough.
put that out there.
You gotta play all your cards, all your bases. That said, though, that's exactly what Patman is doing as well. Keeping mid in check. The Prowler comes out, but the entire
भाई अब पागल लोग हैं रे.
they are here to slay Klaus. Only able to get just the one, but GE has reached.
ये लोग पागल लोग हैं.
Yeah, not too much you can do with some shorties there around the block.
जी जीत रही है भाई.
Varrel not getting the plant out in the end either, but you do have some access into this next round with a couple of ultimate abilities. And I definitely feel like you're going to require them here as Varrel, because it's 6 map points that Global Esports do have to play with now on their opponent's map pick of Split. And you also kind of have to remember that GE are on the defensive side of this map. That was one of the most defensive sided maps in history of the game.
Ross was he just beckoning over to him? This is huge. What a way to come in with your
फास्ट भी करने का ट्राई कर रहे हैं भाई W दबा दिए
Still though, Varrel not backing down. As you mentioned, they do need
अबे W दबा दिए हेलो
a showstopper deployed straight onto Unotan. The team is quick to receive though as Autumn chimes in out from stairs.
Nightfall and Drift available for GE at the moment when this plant does go down as well, so they can settle a little bit and discuss what they want to do.
Just trying to poke a little bit with flashes, trying to see if anyone's inside this orb. And here goes the scouting report. Out and through with the dimensional drift. Hobby applying pressure out from the back, flushed over into the open.
मार दे अरे नहीं
Hold! Quick with the
Let's go!
Quickly snuffed out. 1v1. Fade versus Fade. Barrel's
अरे हक दिया था रे जूना ने
covered at the end. Barrel's still alive.
Another round that's on the knife's edge though for Varrel. Another round where they only have one player surviving. And you look at the money of Global, it is fruitful as well. They're going to come out with another purchase in the next round. So while these rounds are getting very close,
निकाल सकते थे बे ये राउंड
try and deploy everything that you can.
हक दिया ऑटम हक दिया
There's not a lot of these big be-all and end-all ultimates.
ऑटम ने हगा
They just used 3 of them in that round, and maybe even 4 of them, right? With the from the shadows that came out too. So
That's right.
That was a lot used.
Everything, you see it. All points all down to the minimum, but they're still fighting,
Oh!
trying to earn it all in this spot. Udotan denying them their moment. Out from ramp, he spots it.
Udo gets 4
Another!
Ace
Unlock
Ace
for the
Ace
Taps and taps.
Ace
Down, Udotan is locked on for the ace at the end. Global close out the first map.
He is indeed the homing missile that his name says, and he brings that map home for Global Esports. The new roster with their debut series here in VCT Pacific against the new kids on the block in Varrel. And they are going to give them a taste of some yucky medicine because
भाई क्या ही खेले हैं बे पैटमैन के फैंस है
this GE look was going to be.
पैटमैन के फैंस है बेबी पैटमैन के फैंस है जी वन द फर्स्ट मैप लेट्स गो और कौन है गाइस जो ईएमई ये देखना है भाई कुल्लू is -1 degree Celsius fuck हमने 2 thrifties भी निकाली
My mind now, where is the team from Ascension? If anything, this looked like their opening games back there.
It
and
did.
It's shaky for me. They felt very disconnected. They got out macroed again and again. They're losing ecos. They're losing 5v3s.
Batman versus PRX would be amazing. Haven't even
Yes, you have to
Won the
take risks,
champ.
but you have to find a way to convert, and Global shut them down at every turn.
They didn't play
Genius
aggressive,
turn and
though.
more
That was
man
the
than
barrel that we
20
usually
jam.
see.
Okay.
That was a
If G
combination of
versus
things.
facing
The,
PRX next, let's
you
go.
know, new
PRX G
pickup
versus
of the
PRX
Rays
font.
rather
Can we
than
have
playing
G
something a
versus
little bit
PRX?
more
Haha.
comfortable for
The
Zexy
billionaire
did
is
not
the
go
house
well.
room
I think Clutch was
Valorantly.
totally fine on
Yeah.
Big but flipping the map pool as well and picking up
PRX
after
versus
banning it in
Batman.
the previous
Wait,
tournament.
Batman and G?
Sometimes,
Yeah,
particularly
bro.
when you're
Return
playing
my
brand new
goat. Let's
rosters that you
go.
don't know particularly what their map pool are or what their strengths are.
First
what they're
V2
picking
AS
up
in
in this
VCT,
event,
I
it
guess.
can
Maybe.
completely backfire because
Purely
you
aim पे मारा है.
you might have worked on a lot, but historically you haven't
Ending
played
it with
on
an
and
ace is
maybe your
crazy. Let's
opponent is very
go. What a way
comfortable
to
on
end it.
and
Let's
you can
go.
get
Let's go.
completely
Nice
slapped
throw.
like they
Let's go,
just did. But
Batman.
I think more
All you
so,
need is
it was
5 more, bro.
definitely the nerves
Lol,
conversation.
G is
That
too
looked
good.
like they're shaky
Let's
against
go.
at the start of Ascension. I think
Batman
once
masterclass.
again, the stage
VL
nerves are
vacation
getting to
leave.
Varrel, not to take anything
भाई
away
ऐसा
from
troll ना
a
करो.
fantastic performance from GE though.
Yeah, GE, I do want to talk a bit about their agent comp, what you guys make of that. And of course, they had some spectacular rounds to counter against Varrel's firepower.
Yeah, we can pull them up right now. I want to start on round 2. You win the pistol, you're so happy.
Yes.
Unatan walks up ramp with the bandit, that new weapon, and makes all this magic happen. This is worst case scenario for Varrel. It all begins to fall apart. We saw so many ecos, so many pistol kills from this global team. They're incredibly sharp, and they were fantastic at flipping that momentum. They never let Varrel build up steam, so really well played to that GE group. I feel like they did an excellent job, and they understood their win conditions.
There's not much that can go worse for you than
भाई मेरे को ये हैरी
on
पॉटर वाला
stage.
लड़का क्यों
You
लग
win
रहा
a
है?
pistol, you get this big rush of energy, all the boys are pumped up, and you immediately get eco'd. It's like it's like the drop on a roller coaster. Like honestly, from that point on, I think that really shook Varrel, and I don't think they were able to recover from it.
But there were some bright moments that did come from Varrel. We can see a bit of that come through. LP's family sitting in the audience, so it's probably pretty cool for them to see this clip here by LP.
Yeah, I mean, LP is really the one I was most impressed with. I thought Zuna had some big moments. I mean, this round, this 4K was wonderful. I mean, this just speaks to how well this team are able to shoot. His back is against the wall, and he really makes the magic happen. But
Yeah.
ultimately, it felt like that's all they had in that map.
Yes,
they
it
had
was.
bright moments, but it's all aim. Where's the strategy? Where's the macro? The amount of time somebody's left alone on an island, and GE just had better fundamentals. They take them to them together, and I mean, it's a level difference right now.
Absolutely. And Global Esports, we had a lot of questions about the roles, the agents that each of these players would be playing, and we got some things answered today with Javi on Astra.
Yeah, got to give Javi his flowers.
Yeah.
I mean, he had a great performance. He's IGLing. He looked very sharp on
भाई
the outside as well.
जावी
He didn't look
EMEA
like
में
the
जब
Rolls
खेल
Royce
रहा
was
था,
doing
he
too
was
much,
not
like
on
in the smoke
smokes,
position
he was
there.
not on
Unatan was
controller,
also a
he
standout,
came on
but seeing
controller, he
Unatan play
owned
an
it.
aim-based sentinel is well within his skill set and well within his experience, so that's expected for me. But to see Javi pick up the Astra and have a fantastic performance in the opening game is very promising for Global. It's going to give them so much of a ceiling in terms of firepower because, you know, some of the players didn't even necessarily have to play fantastically for Global Esports to get them across the line in that game. They've got so many heavy hitters.
Exactly. In fact, one of those players, this is the first time we've had an Australian on a team in a long time.
Yes.
The first time we had the appearance, we touched upon this, was on your team.
Yeah, Ronski.
Also on Global Esports. Global Esports is giving Australia a chance here.
Yeah.
It was Ronski. Ronski, a lot of potential, but Ronski has never won a match in VCT.
He's never won a match. He's won a maps.
Yeah,
He's
we
won
won maps.
maps. Yeah.
Maps,
We
but
won
not
maps.
a match.
And look,
But Autumn is Autumn. I don't know. How do you feel about
played
Australia?
okay. I won't get too excited. I'll go, let's go, boy. Singular, only one Australian player. Let's get some more in here. But also maybe a little bit of a decor change. We won't get too carried away just yet, but let me just make a few changes around here. Slowly we'll transition if things get better.
He's not even committing. Wait, are you? I want to know how confident he is about the Australian firepower. Okay, this is looking aggressive.
Oh, it's a kangaroo and a koala.
It's Ronski and Autumn.
Feeling good? You must be feeling good now. We got more Australian representation up here on the desk. Just what we
Let's
needed.
just calm down, all right?
मजे ले रहे हैं.
Australia is synonymous with disappointment in TAC FPS. Winning a map is not enough. Let's not get carried away just yet, okay?
But
Let's
there's,
calm down.
there's something
I
to
think
it.
we can do it.
There's
Let's
something
calm
to
down.
it.
I think there's something to the marsupials we have here. They can help carry GE to victory in their little pouches.
That's
even
what
if
I do
he
with
wasn't
big time.
the top
You know,
record.
when he's feeling, when it's a little bit cold, he
Go in the pouch.
Yeah.
Tuck him in.
hops in the pouch.
भाई क्या मजे कर रहे हैं बे.
You know, in Seoul, like I carry him on the Alice
He
desk.
opens his beard and like Morgan
Yeah.
climbs in. Anyway, I'm very happy for Australia to have a representative here.
क्या मजे कर रहे हैं बे
if-
लोग.
You know what? If Global Esports wins today, if Australia wins today, I think we'll definitely have to celebrate it here. But we do have another map around the corner. It's
We do.
Abyss. Now, we've seen some of these players play Abyss on Global Esports, including the coach, but when you have this completely new roster, I don't know how each of these teams are going to approach it. And
Yeah.
right now, Varrel need to pull themselves together.
Yeah.
I think Varrel, it's going to be an interesting one to see them approach because, like I discussed, going into Ascension, Abyss wasn't a map that they played too much. They adopted that DRX style, which actually fit their team at the time because playing double duelist as well within Varrel's wheelhouse, and they look decent on it at Ascension. At that level of competition, they're beating, you know, E-King and some of these other teams 13-8, 13-9. So it doesn't blow you away. They haven't played that many officials on the map. So
सही है.
I'm a little bit concerned for Varrel.
मतलब छोटी जगहों पे you are defeating the teams, it's okay, but you are coming on the VCT stage, and if you come on the VCT stage, you have to win it.
So far, it hasn't been played too much. It's not one of the maps that they played in the off season when they're beating some of the other Pacific teams. So I'm a little bit nervous for Varrel. This might be the debut that doesn't go well for them.
Yeah, and on the flip side, this is Global's map pick now. They felt good about Split. They're going to be feeling even better about Abyss. So a lot of question marks here.
I am really curious about Global and if Frost's approach is going to be the same as Talon, where he kept rotating the different roles. And I
There you
mean,
go.
things are definitely different this time around too for Abyss.
So for Varrel, I mean, they have actually changed things up a little bit. They're going to keep Cinder on that controller role. I'm a little bit worried about his individual performance coming off that last pack. LB on the Harbor. The Veto comes out for Klaus. This is a change-up. They were playing that kind of DRX-S comp previously. They've come in with something a little bit different coming into Pacific here, but their last change-up went horribly.
Yeah, GE playing something very similar to what we saw last map, just updated for Abyss. Autumn staying on that Yoru. I think he wants to improve his performance, but we saw how great he was with those scoped weapons. Yudatan on that Veto once again. This could become a real staple for this Global Esports team.
How confident are you feeling about your Varrel prediction?
Not confident
Not
at all.
confident at
No.
all. I'm
It's
very
imploded.
concerned.
Can I swap?
Sure. Come join Global
Thanks.
Esports with me here. All right, so we're going to send it back to our casters to see what's going to happen on Abyss. Quack and Komodo, it's all yours.
Thank you very much, Victoria. Oh, those guys, they're not confident about their Varrel picks. How confident are you about your pick, Komodo?
I'm pretty confident, not gonna lie. I did exclaim earlier that there will be no Australian bias, and I want to treat all teams,
Yes.
you know, respectfully.
Keep things professional here.
But I am liking what GE are doing, honestly. I think when I'm looking back towards that last map as well, specifically for how Yudotan was playing the Veto with the rest of the roster, I was liking the defensive rotations, and I was liking that he wasn't super aggressive with the cross cuts, which is the teleport for those out there, where a lot of teams running Veto are aggressive. So I like that little style to come out in difference. So I now kind of wonder if Varrel are going to be a little bit like that with Klaus on this Veto.
चलो.
We'll see.
Oof, shot.
Good opener for Zexy.
Yeah. Right off the gate.
दिक्कत झाली आहे. Zexy मारतोय.
Especially with the clone as well. Just trying to get a lot more around middle. GE trying to temper this aggression.
Oh!
What? But hang on, Zexy got two back, so that opens things up here.
That's right. Trying to push on through now. It's just Crystal up from top of heaven. That's where he's pretty exposed. Little Star plays down, smoke for cover. Tempting him out with the shots out in the open. They are pretty low, but they've managed to stay alive.
Yeah, 10 HP for Cinder, 49 for Zexy. You got Klaus, who's fully healthy with
दो
the
मिलके
still
59
available
HP
as
पर है.
well, but are they going to be expecting this flank to start to come on out? It's going to be Klaus with the timing. Oh, this could be very cheeky for Javi.
How do you clear these corners, Javi? How do you clear these angles?
He's got to go though. If he waits too long, they're going to be, well, thinking about it, but maybe now not.
आराम से. Nice.
Oh, there he goes. Starting to clean things up now, and Cinder's just
Nice.
slow. All three cleaned up a young Javier.
That was really patient play to come out from him. Really, really smartly done.
Xavi,
But I kind of feel a little bit bad for Varrel at that point, for Klaus specifically.
Let's
He did
go,
the right thing. He's
Xavi.
gone to check the flank and he's seen that nothing was there, and then he comes back, but he's missed that window, unfortunately. Javi very patient after the round starts off with an opener for Varrel. We saw the scores at the last map, right? How many opening frags went the way of Varrel, and in the end, their conversions. 11 opening kills.
Let's go,
for the 7
Xavi.
rounds that they won. Ultimately, it didn't look too good. So always a deficit for GE. They still come back with the victory.
Just quick on the recovery, and that tells you quite a lot. Varrel, though, once again back into it.
Autumn once again charged with farming some eco frags with this outlaw. See how many are going to come into fruition, though. Something I also want to highlight as well in this current moment where we've got a harbor here.
Oh, yes.
With all the changes that have come through, right? A lot of people liking the old ultimate. A lot of people missing the cascade as well that was really used for a lot of the scaling in towards one of the sites. I was looking at the Cloud9 versus Loud game where they ran it the other day, and I was really feeling like there was a lot of just missed opportunities on the harbor. It was played a lot wrong with the high tide that comes out, and you really felt like the cascade was missing for the scaling opportunities.
Storm Surge? Is that anything? Not for
Yeah,
now.
that's like have a new...
बेबी कवर में जाओ सपेक्टर है
Very new.
You can use it aggressively to, you know, try to scale.
ओए
I
नहीं
feel like the cascade was all so much stronger. Unlucky for Javi, does get bowled out there by the shock dart.
It's one of those things that you kind of want. Grass always greener. For now, though.
Let's go
Very
Patman
green for Patman.
And now he can get out as well. He's brought a little bit more stability back in towards the round. Autumn dispatches of Klaus.
भागो
Situation that could have been a little bit worrisome for Global. They will look to come out on top of, you'd assume.
And just hear him as well. One more in the chamber.
एंटी
Slight dinks here and there for Patman, but
That was ambitious from LP.
kind of pinned down for now. 5 seconds to go. There's not
Let's go flawless नहीं था but अच्छा था
To be in doubt of needing to die in the round, there is a big void and chasm in the middle there that he could have dropped in towards, so that was never a real problem in the round ending. He'll just give over the ulti orb at the end there with death, and now we'll get to see what the buy-up does properly look like for Varrel and their endeavors to see really what their opponent's map pick of Abyss will look like.
especially with this composition that they've elected to go in with as well. I mean, it's only been 2 rounds, so we'll keep our judgments reserved for now. But here they go. GE though, look at this peak!
That's really unlucky for Zek.
Sheesh!
Shot out, cleaned by Patman, and that might even insinuate a bit of a further proceeding go time in towards this A site when you think it might be a little bit weaker, but there's been some good stalling nature coming out here from Javi on the Gravwell. As LP does get in towards the site, you can look to see Varrel get a plant and play a bit of post-plant shenanigans.
Yeah, the opportunities were there, but right now, Varrel's managed to break through. And their darndest to hold on to these angles. 1 out from main, the rest on the site. Utility from Global, though, starting things off with the drone. A couple of shocks as well, but LP continuing to keep them in check, especially with that Cove again. Just can't safely peek through that. But here come the stars.
Let's go, babe.
Again!
Do they expect Klaus over at the tower, though? They're not really looking for him. Now they know where he is. Smoked off.
And there he goes. A couple more
अब
shots.
पता है एवन ने लौंडा
We have enough time to play for the spike. Crystal just sticking it all the way through. No! A valiant attempt.
Let's go गन भी ले गए
In the night.
Is it a 13-0 guys? I am speaking it too soon, but is it a 13-0?
Their wave with the Bulldog on towards the Operator. You bring that in towards a retake as well in a 4 versus 4 situation where you didn't really have the opportunity for a bit of a flood play before the retake comes in, but they go together as a team, right? Everybody out of security, you're hitting the angles that you need to, you're very patient at the end there with what lines you're looking to hold, and even at the end you remove the final weapon from Klaus, looking very handsome from Global Esports there.
Just when you thought you were starting to see shades of how this harbor might play out well, but Global again. Pressure applied.
Honestly, I was
Nice.
with the kills that are coming through because this is an eco. I was a lot more impressed by them with the composition when they had the Waylay Yoru over at Ascension.
Yeah.
Interesting decisions to come out with this change up of agents for Varrel. I mean, we never really know the story behind why, right?
Yeah, true.
But
fair.
from an outside kind of armchair view, we've got to give it the map, right? We've got to see what adaptations they come out with, what they try to maximize with this this different look.
It's true.
भाई ये दोनों गेम्स 2-0 2-0 होने वाले हैं मेरे को लगता है दूसरा जेंजी ले जाएगी
Boom back at Ascension. This is quite far cry away from that.
Yeah. I mean, it's also like
Trying to stay ahead at a curve.
you can look at this composition for Varrel and you can be like, all right, what GENG used to do, they had the Waylay instead of the Harbor. I think that's a big change, right? Because you're
Let's go GE
Yoru,
भाई chance होने
Waylay
चाहिए
for the double dive, but you've got Loud as well that played the chamber instead of the veto. It allowed Luxo, right, to get a little bit more aggressive on that chamber. Come out with some just disgusting plays. So I wonder if we will see some changes after this from Varrel. Right now, though, in the server, they have to change things and adapt immediately because it's a force.
खींच लिया भाई
That's just how the cookie crumbles. Last player alive as well, running out of time. As you mentioned, just an eco.
पता था एक बॉडी शॉट से जीत देंगे
Not gonna hang too much
Oye!
onto this, but look at Suna. This is what these guys are made of.
Imagine.
Oh, I'm imagining. Two on the swing though from Global, surely not. But it's Suna. Guys who never back down, not at all throughout Ascension. Trying to put their best foot forward all throughout.
भाई वो अकेला 3 खाने की ताकत रखता है
Trying to keep himself hidden away, but it's Autumn with an operator.
एंगल्स
Very
चेक हुए
patient, very passive from Global Esports, leaving no stone unturned, knowing that that is the round they should not be dropping. Don't give him an opportunity and scale up together for the retake. Really nicely done. 4-0 start for GE. In a sort of similar situation we saw on the last map, right? First round over to Varrel, 4 in a row from Global.
Shot rate.
Timeout deployed. I'm kind of thinking, are we going to get a timeout before the next rifle round of Varrel, or are they going to use it a little bit later? Have they figured things out in their camp at the moment in these 4 rounds of what they need to do?
वायरल का ये वाला शॉट अच्छा था रे जूना बहुत अच्छा खेला यहाँ पे
Who are changing things up again. A 4-1 stacking. Playing strong side Yoru on defense to then rotate out if your opponents aren't here. It is the way to go.
It's the players that they have as well that can afford them these styles. Clones all the way out, but at the same time, take a look at Klaus.
It's cheeky getting in towards the vents. It'll kind of be the question of when he's going to pop out the door, really. As Zexy starts to drift in towards the site, scope out the situation, and a Hunter's Fury behind it.
हुआ फिर भी एलपी को खा गया
He does get taken down by Crystal.
Well done, keeping everything in check, but at the same time, the gates have been opened up. Klaus all the way through as that veto, alongside Zexy, holding down the crossfire towards the back.
Could
हल्का सा भी पीक किया तो फंसा देगा
on this retake to get in. You almost feel like you want to kill first to equalize 3v3.
Oh.
Ah,
What?
spotted.
Slight pixel, and that's all you need sometimes. The aimers trying to do their best, but Autumn comes back in full.
Immediate drift as well. This has got to be a go time for Global, though. They don't have a lot of time to figure everything out here. Shuna spotted. Evolution popped for Yudotan. Now both players noted.
Yeah, surely that gives you extra confidence to just stay on the spike if you need extra firepower as well. And out of the game,
Let's go बे उदो
Yudotan picking up the pieces for
Let's go भाई Autumn and Wudotan this duo is goated this duo is very impressive
Needing to drop some ultimates into that round as Global. You want to equalize onto the 3v3. You look at the turnaround into a 4 versus 2, where you think, yes, Varrel, they did what they needed. They scaled appropriately in towards the A site. They used their ultimates. They found Crystal looking into a wall with the rest of his body spotted out. Okay, adjust that a little bit later, my friend.
Crazy भाई
2 versus 4, man, for that retake. Absolutely superb to come through from Global. And now there's that timeout from Varrel that, honestly...
Impressive खेल रहे हैं बे क्या retake करते हैं क्या ही retake किया है बे
big space up around middle this time.
It looked like on the radar there that Zexy was fake cloning straight down the guts of mid. That would have been cool if it actually worked, but no one was there for global. Now they'll send in the drone and spot out where he is. But if you do relinquish this mid control at the moment, where do you look to still teeter towards, right? Global Esports of having a bit of a how do you do in the B site earlier on with that operator of autumn. Now they're exchanging a couple of blows over.
अच्छा गए पैटो नहीं मारना है
Just very careful.
You do have the ultimate for LP as well that you could reckon in towards the A site. Big wide wall, but do you want to do that? Autumn.
कोई और एंगल देख रहा था
Klaus looks to try and scale up a little bit too eager by himself.
Can't quite do that here on the tier 1 stage, buddy.
they are 5-0 right now
Zexy was in mid this whole time. He's not going towards the side itself. He's going to just slot himself in towards the spawn side.
nice shot
How do you get away with that?
My God. Just as you mentioned it. Quickly, Javi pops up those stars, those smokes, finds his way around the angles, spots yet another. But a little bit of a backstab comes from Zexy.
His job was done though, you feel there. Getting 3 kills is just paramount to this round for GE. Or is it?
Big numbers. Just as you mentioned, Zexy
सबको ले गए
continues to mop up more. And then LP for the finisher.
Yeah, finally we see Varrel get around on the board.
सबको ले गए
Individual shots just like
3 मारे थे अभी ने
the 3K that I just very well mentioned, but a very required round on the back of that timeout deployed for Varrel. Does it give you enough confidence, though, to be able to double down and figure out a couple of the weaknesses that Global Esports are showcasing in this map?
You would hope it does. This was still a really close round.
Yeah, it could have gone down to the wire for sure. Kind of a bit of a scoreboard check as well, waiting to see Cinder get on the board. Cheeky chokehold to reveal Patman nice and early up the guts of mid as well, but this is a little bit more rampy from Varrel into this B site now.
Just trying to go in as much as possible, seeing that maybe they do have some safe space over the side, bring the spike over.
It's just a flood before the plant goes down. This is going to get scrappy.
It's like calm before the storm! And just as they go, lightning strikes! 2 players down against the global squad. Trying to hold out the angles now, Javi. Working around the stars. Once again, he drops! Shots found. Spikes planted as well. LP doing his best to hold.
nice shot nice shot
The ultimates, but Javi continues to slay. Cinder answers back, and suddenly Yudotan in a 1v2. Cosmic Divide does conceal just a bit, but unfortunately not enough, as Cinder has made his way around the back as well, trying to find the elevated position, working around the team as a duo. Varrel will
जावी बहुत ट्राई कर रहा है लास्ट 2-3 राउंड से कुछ करो
He's really tried to do his damnedest again, right? Another 3K. But Varrel stabilized a bit and having the right angles around that B site, some right openers as well. Zexy and Shuna. Very stable hands, it feels like, if you can start to get them awakened in the server. And then there was
Hey Pathan, did you missing me?
these ultimates as well for Varrel. So we start to put that
GY.
after that timeout. We start to really start
Hey
to
Pathan,
also,
did you missing me?
too heavy of an investment over on global side. Happy with the Vandal, Sheriffs for the rest.
ऐसा बहुत अच्छा खेल रही है बेजी ओए
all the way around back, but
जैसे ही
sees
बोला
the
है
opening. Varrel sees it all the way too clear, and they will push in, they will capitalize right off against the Ecos. The site has completely been cleared. They're farming up the points.
That's the statement, though. That's the statement. Against the Ecos, right? Are they going to be able to go in with this pizzazz against a fully equipped GE as well, right? Because
flawless
side of this map, you are playing Ecos differently towards your rifle rounds as well. They get caught out with
जी fighting yeah baby
in that round as well. Don't forget, right? The drift going on.
मैचेस अच्छे हो रहे हैं बाकी पता नहीं अभी तक जो जो एक्सपेक्ट किया था उसका उल्टा हो रहा है और अच्छे गेम्स हो रहे हैं वॉच पार्टी के बाद एक रील डालूंगा
That's the sort of round where they've been able to kind of copy and paste from their scrims you'd expect.
Yeah, good execute.
जी के लिए एक कास्टर वेनम वाले अकाउंट पे रील आएगी
Global does have a lot of options available to them after that save.
Good bait. get Autumn on the line as well, pick up the orb for Crystal to get that Hunter's Fury on the line. And I mean, you do get spotted out from the drone, you will be forced back, but the re-aggression as your TP is fading for Autumn as well. Is he going to get caught by the timing? Oh, he
बच
just
गया।
out of dodge.
वो 7 सेकंड में टीपी गायब होती।
Space and utility for now, but the high tide comes out from LP.
Yeah, now there's a little bit more emphasis on Javi making sure that he's holding this crossfire in mid with Crystal. Pulls you away from a couple of the extremities around the map, however, where ultimately Varrel are pivoting towards this B site into the veto utility of Yudo-tan.
It's exactly that. Trying to create some gaps in GE's defense.
Oh, Crystal.
But Javi's pulled back as well.
भाई
Oh, Crystal's
ये अल्टी गलत है।
Team being very vocal out from before. Unfortunately caught this time though. With more players from Varrel sneaking in. Ultimate spent as well. This will afford them the site as well as the spike plant.
2v3
already fallen greatly back as well to play
2v3 डिफेंस में 5 राउंड चाहिए थे, 5 मिल गए हैं।
from GE. You better prioritize to go for the save in a 2 versus 3 with an op in play. The Vandal for Patman, I mean, they got 50 creds, 100 creds. You have to take a knee in this point in time. You probably even look to maybe have a conversation with Frost now that Varrel have found what they need to do to string together 4 rounds in a row.
Oh yeah. Especially now that this is then GE's map pick. Frost should have quite a bit to say. But otherwise, finding a lot of effectiveness from Coach TK9's timeout for Varrel's side.
NT.
And that was the question that we were all wondering about, you know, the nerves coming through from this young squad. Do they have the pizzazz that they're going to answer?
Crystal is at 2 right now.
From before. Yes, they do. Kind of.
You got to remember as well that there's going to be a lot of learning for Frost with this map as well on Abyss, right? Because in pretty much the whole of last year...
Obvious. I literally called.
It was obvious he called it. Well, let's see if that comes out. What I was saying, in his previous roster and Talon, they didn't really play this map, right?
Okay.
Abyss is not one that they generally play. There was a little bit earlier on in the kickoff environment for them.
कोच का मूड खराब हो गया।
But apart from that, yeah, not a lot. Tail end of 2024 as well. So Frost has a lot to rebuild with this team on this very map. And I mean, you know that the theory crafting is going to be there for sure. Frost, a coach that always has multiple comps when he was with Jovi as well, with multiple different maps, multiple different comps and stuff, still playing that same style of thought to this global roster. But happy for them to be picking some different maps to their strengths as well and to catch off their opponents. First look at Abyss for GE. Looks great at the start. Now it's looking a little bit more worrisome with the 4 on the trot that Varrel find, which is absolutely brilliant for Varrel finding that in this map as well. Definitely want to see this very competitive between the two.
I'll say that. This matchup is certainly delivering today. 2 new teams out to Pacific.
Jump check. Drone A.
Oh, listen in.
I break,
Guys, I will recon side.
I think B main.
They wanna flap, guys.
Close smoke.
Getting a bit scrappy early on.
Short.
That one, hearing what you can possibly do with the
Short.
map from Crystal. He called for that one. He'll recon later. He did. And there'll be a bit of stability in this 4 versus 3. But Varrel still trying to break and enter in towards this site. Cinder's gun barrel spotted. Order.
Short.
And that one. This is problematic, Quack.
2 rounds left. Silent steps up the ropes. Oh, but quickly spotted as well. Suna is playing with fire at this range, but quickly backs off. Just continuing to
Short.
out even further. But Autumn's picked up a Vandal.
Yeah, they've stolen the weapons here. Yudo-tan with that operator as well, just playing back as security. Now you'll get a Vandal in Crystal's hands. Spotted out where Zexy
NT.
is. Just don't give 1v1s, guys. Leave that for the skirmish. Play together here.
We're in the
Let's go.
5 guys, but well, it's unfortunate. It is what it is. G have the numbers to afford these rounds, and once again, just able to answer back in that fashion.
On the back of the timeout, right? It's very wise getting a bit of that coach intervention from what they've realized and recognized.
वो recon पे मारा।
And Frost, right? He called it. He knew what they were doing. Well, if it's come out with this, great success. Great conversion after your timeouts.
Nice.
You can just hear it from the team comps as well. always flowing. And that's exactly what you love to, well, I guess, hear.
For sure. Got to be a breath of fresh air for Frost as well, that it's hearing it in English. Cheeky, very cheeky from Autumn, and it felt like the Klaus was maybe even aware that this was coming up through.
पीछे चला गया.
We'll see how long that Autumn wants to hang around for though, because the operator.
पीछे चला गया.
You'd expect, no.
अभी देखो 6-4 है. Zexy का अल्टी है. अल्टी goes. ऊपर देख रहा है नीचे की तरफ. Short connect. Udo पीछे.
Here comes Yudotan, that operator singing through the sight.
Doesn't matter which character that you are playing in this game, operators can shoot on the vetoes here for both sides. 4 versus 4 in the post. Early Hunter's Fury to come up through.
Scene हो गए.
Unexpected. Just completely cutting them off on the chokehold as they try to push on through. It's just Autumn left.
1v3.
Out with the shorty, out with the flashes.
Entire.
But still denied.
सीन हो गए. 1v3 रह गया रे. वहाँ पे हेवन पे वो ऑपरेटर नहीं टूटनी चाहिए थी. हेवन पे ऑपरेटर गलत टूट गई. मिड पे ये पिक मिला. हेवन पे सेक्सी पहुंचा हुआ था. 1 मारा 2 मार दिए.
As we go into the last round of this half,
could be a tie.
Could be a tie, could be 7-5 to GE. And the weaponry that they've got at their disposal is not the greatest. There's a couple of rifles, but ultimately plays on the weaker side of things.
Watcher expire.
Similar approach.
He missed the saw, and it's a veto div.
Evolution up, operator back in possession as well, but you have given over a bit of this B site control. If LP looks for the plant here or a kill, we'll have the reckoning available.
Fake teleport.
Tiny little
TP गई.
GE could walk away with everything once again.
And they're going to force the plant as well instead of looking for a bit of a forward position. Though, I'm seeing Zexy a little bit more forward over for a duel towards the stairs.
He's hungry for it. But here comes Yudotan.
Nice.
Trying to apply that pressure up against Suna. See the reckoning being spent by Alpha.
सब जगह स्पैम हो रहा है.
He can run in and charge. No utility faces him.
Nice.
As well, but here comes Autumn.
Nice.
Together as a team.
Nice. Udo with the 4.
Across the board, and Varrel have no idea how to react.
You're just getting pressured from everywhere. You've lost your flanking hold at the moment, so you can get pushed from the window.
In this round, that one operator shot was very important because वहाँ से जब हेवी यहाँ पे आए, तब यहाँ से रिकॉन करके पोजी निकलवा के मारा. Actually जो ड्रोन था उससे पोजी निकलवा के मारा. देखो, ये शॉट मिस हुआ. उदोतान यहाँ से गया. ये जो ड्रोन से इंफो निकली, इंफो पे मारा. पैरानॉय अभी आया. फिर एक करके मारने लगे.
Yep, just kill them. That's what you did. There you go. Yudotan again at the tail end of a half. Last time it was the tail end of the map, but still.
भाई साहब, Udo है रे. What is he doing? He just moonwalking. Enemies crosshair bro. Udo God. Can't you still remember just now? Isn't it even better now? I used to love Harbor Viper on a couple of maps. पर Harbor Viper अभी यूज नहीं कर सकते बहुत सारी जगहों पे. If they are not reachable, let them. I can help. Was Ottoman? VCT is fine, right? Yep. Wait, this is attack or defense? Attack, I think it's heavily attack sided. I think. Yep, it is attack sided because mid को exploit कर सकते हो तुम. जितना एक्सप्लॉइट तुम लोग मिड को कर सकते हो, अबेस के अंदर उतना किधर नहीं कर सकते हो. बहुत हेवीली एकदम एक्सप्लॉइटेशंस के साथ खेल सकते हो. क्रूज इज अ कोच नाउ. वी गेट फ्रॉस्ट वर्सेस क्रूज बैटल. कोच potentially. Let's go.
Okay, but just as I was saying, the winner of this will face off against Paper Rex.
Yeah, that's
for the upcoming games, but right now it's off the pistol, off the rip, Zexy once again.
Yeah, defensive side for Varrel as Yudotan is spotted out and peppered below half HP. See if he can maybe steal away a kill here, but after he's just getting spotted and pressured, he's getting a lot of attention, I will say, to this side.
Zabi
Don't
gets
get me
one.
wrong, the B side's now open for opportunities for GE. 3 versus 4, but the plan will go down.
Yeah, a little bit costly. Javi somewhat low as well, but instantly recognizing the situation. Global trying to take a bit more forward space. They hear the footsteps. Crystal's trying to slow them down.
Oh,
Coming in, peeking off of contact. It's Patman. He's
Uh-oh.
managed to find quite a
Ah!
right out the abilities. Finds two.
hell nah, सब abilities के अंदर है.
No.
Remember, this guy is a Masters winner. He has lifted trophies. He is a Pacific winner. He's done it, right? He's done the things.
He's done the things.
He's done the things. Players in this server getting caught out with utility in hand. I mean, Patman just had it there. LP, I can't believe you didn't get that kill. I'm a little bit jaw-dropped on that. We're pulling out shock darts. We're getting a little bit too ahead of ourselves, unfortunately, it would seem here. But
Look at this.
at the end of the day, you know what that is, Quack? That's another pistol over to the side of GE. That is
एक स्मोक
3 out
करते
of
हुए
4
पकड़ा
in
गया,
this
दूसरा
series.
शॉट डाट करते हुए पकड़ा गया. भाई क्या चल रहा है?
With that thrifty in the next round, so they're swimming quite nicely at the moment as we
गिर जाओ,
are
सारे गिर जाओ.
jumping off the map.
हाँ, गिर जाओ, गिर
to
जाओ.
someone's dismay.
Yeah. I think Global would have wanted a little bit more, but you know, that's what you got to do sometimes.
The question marks in the chat. Why are they doing that? For those
Yeah,
that
okay,
might
sure.
not know the strategy, if you're new to Valorant, it's to deny your opponents the
The ult ons.
orbs.
Thank you very much, Mr. Komodo. Yes.
You're welcome. I always laugh when it happens.
It's a sound decision, all right? We
अबे
respect
कुछ
it.
भी हुआ है ये
They
भाई.
did manage to take the orb really quickly.
Hey, nice one, guys. Well
And
played.
they went for that.
सब लिख दो.
Yeah. No, I respect it. I respect it.
We'll see what China Max.
Guys, make sure to hit that like and subscribe.
Is going to pay for Varrel.
He's half away.
If they've got depth in towards this map as well, right? Because this is the first buy round that Varrel will come out with, and I'm looking towards what GE have in their possession. Couple of Vandals, one Vandal and 4 Guardians. It can be pretty strong.
Right here.
Another potent mix. Hanging back, being very cautious. Varrel as well. Down to the minute 15-second mark. They started to shift positions.
Well, again, likewise a split, right? When you get a little bit hot under the collar in the tail ends of these rounds, you're going to see them push for some information in the middle of the map, right? Or the middle of the rounds, rather, not necessarily the middle of the map. They're not kind of doing that at the moment. They're playing a little bit more reactive to see where GE are showing face, droned in towards mid a little bit earlier from Shuna. But right now,
How is your content for Unplugged going on? ठीक ठाक चल रहा है, reach नहीं मिल रही है. Problem is that.
To react quick.
मैं वही चेक कर रहा था, अभी मैं Unplugged की reach ही चेक कर रहा था edits के ऊपर.
This team.
मेरे को नहीं पता यार Unplugged पे और क्या कर सकता हूँ मैं.
Managing to TP here and
Oh,
there,
Udo
but
with
there
the
goes
triple.
Shotan once again exploding up on the site.
He is just so good, and everybody forgot what he is capable of, it would seem. Another 3k to break in towards this B site. And LP and Shuna are going to see if they can find any freebies getting in towards this B site, but you know
Udo with the triple.
difficult.
Udo को एस मारने आना
An
चाहिए.
understatement right now. Oh, just trying to clear out the
बैटमैन बोलता है ऐसे कैसे एस दे दूं, एक दे दिया ना बस हो गया.
all the way out back.
And Shuna is stuck.
Just trying to go for the swing, hope for a kill or two, but not afforded. You smell that? That's napalm. That's giving homing missile.
Gunpowder?
Gunpowder. There we go.
Gunpowder?
That's the
smells-
scientific term.
That smells like success in the rounds for me for Global Esports.
like
तीन मारा Udo ने.
Somebody going into the site being just propped up with the rest of the team, shooting in the util to layer
Stream
in
के
the
बाद अगर आ रहा है तो आ जा, मैं
And
हूँ.
it
Like
just so happens
for
that
real
Udo
मैं
is
बैठा
the
हूँ.
one to reap the
अगर
reward in
stream
that
के
one.
बाद you are
Happy
there.
You have a lot of opening success in these rounds as well. Definitely feels like anyone on GE is going to be able to do something cheeky, something damaging. And they might need to do so again because Varrel are stampeding up this A site.
Slight orb control here and there, but
स्ट्रीम के बाद आज मैं फ्री ही हूँ एक बार, क्योंकि मेरे को अभी वीडियो बनाना है अबाउट साउथ अफ्रीका, इवन पाकिस्तान अंडर 19 का जो सीन हुआ है जिम्बाब्वे वाला.
Korea's region, going all the way through into Ascension, running that one flawlessly to ascend in towards.
Was it
Pacific.
deliberate or
They
not?
really
वो
need
सब
to
तो
do
question
everything in the
marks है.
server to earn their spot to international events.
triple elim, so See how far they can go. Wanting to be intimidating all the way through their, little content pieces here and there, but right now, just nipping at
Shot.
the heels, finding some
NT.
early shots. Autumn's still around though. Autumn's still existing. Seasons change. And global will always be a constant.
But Autumn will not fall at the moment in this one, will he? With that outlaw.
Autumn is
down
not
the line
falling
towards
only.
Security, where majority of Varrel's force is looking to retake from.
That's a hell of a line. I love that.
Uh-oh.
Whoa! Okay, big on the swings coming up from Varrel now.
Oh.
The new kids on the block. They are here to say hello. Crystal suddenly feeling a lot of heat. Wanting to play around utility and the spike. Shock darts going back and forth though. And there goes another Sheriff. Just down to the Russian.
भाई ये round कैसे हार गए?
It's Klaus instead.
Roger for it. Thanks.
That one's a bit of a slip up to come through from Global Esports there.
ये कैसे हार गए?
Those deeper lines losing out to the pistols, and a Thrifty permitted over to the side of Varrel to maybe bring a little bit of stability back in towards this one, because ultimately, right, your opponent's map pick, you're starting off kind of atrociously 0 to 5 down. You have your own timeout, you start to come on back and you feel a little bit confident. But the way that this second half starts as well, it doesn't give you a lot of good feelings down deep in your guts. So to come out with a Thrifty round like that has to be huge for Varrel.
Track them down.
Rounds like that certainly would keep them in the game, keep them excited in their seats. Ops afforded now because of that.
Well, Yudo-tan can just pop that evolution and go on in through all of this util, just charge in.
Somewhat fearless, but that's not going to shield him from an op shot
2v3?
like that.
No.
Collateral through and through, and now Patman managing to find some trades as well, taking up huge space.
And if you want to maximize this, you are using the Drifter Zexy to get in to permit Cinder and Klaus to follow with all the information. He's a little bit far forward to the rest of the squad though, and exits that drift early.
Just to create a bit more pressure around the back.
Let's go 1v1. Oh, nice try, re.
Trying to save the day again, but Zexy manages to arrive on time for Varrel.
And that is another important round for Varrel to be finding. A bit of an economy check for Global Esports as well at the tail end of this one, and they'll be able to kind of put something together into the next round, but you do have to start to consider, is this another position for the side of Varrel where they figure things out later in the half and then maybe make a bit of a comeback with some space to spare as well, right? It's not like we're seeing GE on 11, on 12, where any sort of slip up can give them map point or victory. 4K in the end for Zexy. 25 and 13, by the way. He is silently just putting up a lot of numbers in this one here, but to what avail? Need to see more conversions come out from Varrel. Look to try and send this to the third in Haven.
Not too much else.
Interesting that Crystal's gone on to the Bulldog. Yeah.
Possibly could have afforded elsewise, but
Yeah. We'll see what happens here. 2 away from the Hunter's Fury as well, as Zexy is forced to TP away, being tagged on up. But it is still a helpful amount of members over here at this site for Varrel, as Patman wants to change.
Patman gets one. Only one.
He's managed to find a little bit though. Straight on through with this high tide. It does kind of tamper with things a little bit. Still though, spike planted, and that just might be enough for GE.
4 versus 3. There's that Hunter's Fury that I just did mention as well. Though, they're all playing together on the site. Where do I dot?
You're trying to find information as well, but that's been smoked off. Shot down. Crystal out towards the back with Hunter's Fury too. Just trying to stay around the corners, but here comes Klaus.
Health
Low
comes up.
HP, but Evolution's been popped. Continuing through and through, but
Bhai.
no, the entire team just collapses on the trades. Global once again with another round.
And I like this aggressiveness as well that Patman goes in with there too, right? When you've got the interceptor on the site that's going to zap a lot of that utility. Where
2 more rounds, G.
you
2
need
more.
a different avenue to get on through. You're either pushing together as a team with just bodies and hitting your shots,
मैं
or
stream के
you're
बाद
playing a piece of utility that doesn't really get
get
taken out, right? He's just getting in towards the side, in towards his own smokes or his opponent's smokes with these opportunities as well, and it's coming out and shooting you. It's pretty nice stuff to come out. A lot of different availabilities that they do have on Global's side to always change the way that they're going to be taking the sites. Timeout to come out now from Varrel. Because that gap that I talked about a little bit earlier that they did have up their sleeve, right? Having Global only at 10, they could afford a slip up or 2. Well, one of those just happened. Now there's 11, so any more and it's series point.
Walls are closing in. That's exactly what happens. Global, once again, just performance after performance. You mentioned the TP, and they just have this composition that affords them just that.
Yeah. I wonder if LP is maybe taken back some of his words he said a little bit earlier on when we've had some chats to him. He said that GE was the team that he's most cautious about as they've gone through many changes. Well, yeah, at least you didn't say that GE is the team that I really want to beat. Cautious is the right word that you're putting into that one, and this is exactly why. Without that tape available, everybody is questioning what the team looks like, what roles the players are playing, what maps they're playing as well. We kind of get a bit of an answer now on what it might be looking like in a very small sample size, mind you.
That's true.
But on the back of that timeout now, it's the eco from Varrel. Autumn to scope out the situation, dispatch a Klaus as well.
Nice.
Flashes be eaten up just a bit, but still right out through the drift, and GE come out guns blazing. This is unbelievable. Off to the anti-eco. Unfortunately, Varrel just does not have the right opportunities to be able to answer back. LP, just a slight whisper.
एक फ्लैंक का इन्फो है
For the entire
बिकॉज फ्लैंक पे एक बंदा मरा है हमारा.
staking their claim, planting that flag down right on this B site. Patman
Let's go,
hunting that
GGs.
alongside Crystal, and there it goes, map point.
It's a slight whisper that comes in from LP at the end there, but it just goes with the wind, doesn't it? Because now it's map point. The timeout that was taken before the eco, you'd assume now that LP have a bit of an answer. Varrel have a bit of an answer to come into this next round where they've got the buys. And I mean, yes, technically LP would need the answer as the IGL for this roster. Because that's just now map point. Series point. I'm going to be the bearer of bad news as well. Cinder has really not found his footing in this map, has he? Highlighted that he was, what, 0 for 6 or something like that? No, only 2 kills that he's managed to find.
Yikes.
Let's see if he can flip that, though. Bit more pacey up.
Short, but TP करने से पहले मर गया. The trades are coming 1:1.
Stamping his foot.
It's a lot of noise, as well as Petman in with the TPs onto versus the top. LP trying to
हग दिया रे LP ने.
quick on the swings again. GE operating so
खत्म कर दिया जी ने. Let's go GGs.
Do you have another clutch out for us? Smoked off around the back. I'm sorry to say, folks, this might not be his moment.
It's hard, that is for sure.
अरे क्रिस्टल पे अल्टी भी है.
Navigating together to watch the flank. Patman, probably the closer.
Oh, that's a tough angle.
GGs.
That's a tough fight. And unfortunately, a tough map for Varrel as well. They put forward their best.
GGs. VLR पे चलते हैं. किक ऑफ में यहाँ पे जी जीत जाएगी. जी पेपर 1 से खेलेगी. जी वर्सेस पेपर 1 होगा 25 तारीख को. 26 को कुछ है नहीं है ना. बच गए. 26 को कुछ है. आई एम नॉट अवेलेबल ऑन 26 और 26 को कुछ भी नहीं है. लेट्स गो. शीश. अब क्या है. DFM वर्सेस जेंजी है. चलो गाइस, मैप 2 होता है उससे पहले we'll play Varrel. कल तो इजी वर्ड आ गया था. A is there. एक ही ए है, फर्स्ट और थर्ड पे नहीं है. ए इज हियर. भाई वर्ड क्या है फिर? B is there, A is there. B, A. N is also there. B is there, A is there, N is also there. अब क्या क्या वर्ड्स यूज करना बाकी है? आर बाकी है, ओ हमने एक वॉवल यूज नहीं किया है. लेट्स गो. फटाफट कनेक्शंस भी सॉल्व कर लेते हैं. स्टोन टेम्पल पायलट लिप चिक eye, foot, lip, body parts. Traffic, garage, meter, valet. और क्या हो सकता है बे? सब दोनों में 1-1 हमें आया है. Floodlight, limelight, traffic light, पायलट लाइट या स्ट्रीट लाइट. क्योंकि स्ट्रीट पार्किंग में भी आ रहा है. गराज में हम पार्क कर रहे हैं, स्ट्रीट पे हम पार्क करते हैं. आई ट्रैप पायलट ओनली, क्योंकि पायलट में भी लाइट तो रहती है. मगर ना पायलट लाइट भी एक वर्ड मैंने सुना है. स्ट्रीट इज 1 वर्ड, मीटर इज 1 वर्ड, वैले इज 1 वर्ड एंड गराज इज 1 वर्ड. दिस इज फॉर श्योर, दिस इज फॉर श्योर. Foot is here, foot nahi, lip is here, cheek is here, eye is here. Foot में अगर ये 1 away बता रहा है मेरे को तो एकर तो कुछ नहीं है. स्टोन होगा नहीं. बुशेल क्या होता है पता नहीं. टेम्पल क्या होता है वो भी नहीं पता. बुशेल और टेम्पल एक अकड़ बकड़ बम्बे वो 80-90 पूरे 100 से निकला धागा चोर निकल के भागा. ये चूज करूँगा. फेशियल फीचर्स इंपीरियल यूनिट्स क्या होता है. Badges on purple first. मिनी क्रॉस भाई तो ये नहीं समझता. अच्छा ओके आई हैव टू बाय समथिंग. नहीं बाय नहीं होगा. माफ करो भाई आगे बढ़ो. बाय नहीं होगा. बैटमैन क्या बोल रहा है सुना ही नहीं.
Playtime together.
Yeah.
I want to ask, sorry to jump in here, like for your own individual performance. So you came off a fantastic year last year, right, with Paper Rex, and now you're moving on a new team. Do you feel like you have that extra fire, like you have something to prove this year that you can do it again, and you don't need that others kind of set up around you on Paper Rex?
I mean, of course, everyone on us, like, they're very, very hungry to win and qualify to international event. But I told the boys to, like, let's just relax. Not relax in the point that we don't do anything. It's just like we need to do like step by step, and we don't need to pressure ourselves so hard because our work is like already high pressure. So we just need to do it step by step. Like every day, we keep like improving.
Yeah, I think there was some concerns a little bit about potential role clash in the team, but I know that you yourself and even Xavi, looking at playing in the Philippine scene, played a lot of different roles. Like even you played a ton of different roles. So what's it being like not being shackled to just being in it, throwing fade dogs for Paper X players, running it down? You know, you get to do a couple little different things. Maybe there's a little bit more space for you to shine a bit more in the team. How's that been like?
I mean, about this role, since before I joined, there's like one player that they want to get, and then they like. Actually, I should not supposed to say this, but basically, there's like a pre like how do I say, like playbook already.
Yeah.
So I just need to replace that player.
Okay.
And then basically for Crystal, since he's playing the initiator, I'm just like teaching him some like a lot of stops that I can like
I did
so he can
previously.
improve more.
Okay, so you're giving some input to some of the other players to help them with their roles as well? Okay,
Yes.
cool.
Well, you've experienced what it's like to be on a winning team, and there's a certain vibe and energy, knowing that you're going to win it. Now that you're on Global Esports, what's that vibe like? How are you feeling going into this year?
I mean, everyone is like really happy person. It's just like how I am when I joined Paper X. Like I just need to get used to them, like respect their own beliefs and ideas also, and just like I just need to be patient with them
Okay.
as always.
Okay. You happy with your performance today?
Yes, I think I help a lot, especially to the callings as well.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you look fantastic. It's so good to still see you on the server kicking butt. Congratulations again.
Thank you.
Awesome first match. These guys predicted Varrel, and they're
Sorry, we were wrong.
They don't know
So-
anything.
They show
They don't know
sharp as
anything.
well.
Yeah, but good job. Good job. Thank you, Pat.
Thank you.
Good to have you here. Now, sorry guys, I had to put you on the spot and call you out for your prediction, your
It
wrong
happens.
predictions.
It happens.
Yeah, you've never made a wrong prediction in your life,
No,
Victoria.
I'm always right.
Yeah.
Don't you know how it works? Yudotan has been absolutely on fire. Frost knows how to utilize this guy.
Yeah, he's just a turret. Like, that's why he makes such a good Sentinel. Like, he was great on Duelist, but I think putting him on an agent like Vito makes so much sense for him because it's the kind of agent that you can really just gun out and tap heads and multi-frag, and that's exactly what we saw today.
Yeah, I have to agree with Frost. I'm shocked no other Korean teams came for him. This is a kid
100%.
with a long career ahead of him.
Or maybe he just wanted to stay in global esports.
Maybe.
He's like, you know, I'm gonna be the guy who's
Yeah.
here.
You left
when
and you
global.
didn't believe, but
Yeah.
Yudotan, he's a real one.
Yeah, it's like I'm gonna stick around and show all the global fans what we're made of. With that was a really cool first match of today. We do have a second match coming up, also extremely exciting because we got some roster shuffles with DFM facing off against GENG, and I think we're gonna be surprised again. We're gonna go on a very quick break. When we come back, we're gonna go straight into that second match of today.
भाई ये फुल बकचोदी मूवमेंट्स है फुल ऑन हाँ 2.5 मिनट का ब्रेक हम वैडल खेलेंगे लोको कहाँ खुल रहा है लोको इज नॉट अवेलेबल इन योर कंट्री लोको बंदी हो गया हमारी कंट्री में वाओ लोको ने अपना मार्केट ही शिफ्ट कर दिया मैंने ये सुना था कि लोको ब्राजील गया पता नहीं आज रीना लिखने का मन कर रहा है पहले फीमेल नहीं है डुलिस्ट नहीं है 2020 का नहीं है ओके सोवा भी वही टाइम पे आया था ब्रीड नहीं तेजो मेल है इनिशिएटर नहीं है ठीक है डुलिस्ट क्या इनिशिएटर क्या अब बचा स्मोक्स तो ओमन कंट्रोलर भी नहीं है वो भी 2020 का है मैं भूल गया था ठीक है डुलिस्ट नहीं है कंट्रोलर नहीं है चेंबर Euro. Okay, Vice T. Split है या बाइंड है बाइंड लग रहा है बुंड तो आइस बॉक्स है बोला ना है आइस बॉक्स है भाई नेक्स्ट का वो लग रहा था ठीक है जो भी है कैसे रहा वीडियो दिखा भाई मिस लूंगा 40 मिली नहीं बाय मांगा नहीं
Die Jagd beginnt!
Was they?
Aber gleich zurück.
शॉट
Spike in A. Ein Gegner übrig. Stehle die Sicht.
फ्लैश दिया इतने में क्लिप काट दी मे बी डायमंड मे बी एसेंडेंट कुछ आया ही नहीं है क्या बोलूं कुछ आया ही नहीं है केजे का नानो स्वॉर्म है. ऐप सील तो नहीं है, गलती से लिखा. वंडर सील भी नहीं है, प्राइम भी नहीं है, हेड्रो ट्रिपो को पॉलीफॉर्म. ग्रीवर कहाँ सिलेक्ट कर रहा हूँ? हाँ रेविरी है. Guys, don't think what you are fighting. ब्रिमस्टोन सिखाता है ये सब. वाइपर बोलती है. आज पता नहीं, आज वैडल खराब गया मेरा. हट. वाइस बोलती है. फीनिक्स तो कल आया था. रेना बोलती है.
Guys, don't think what you are fighting against. Consider what you are fighting for. Guys, don't think what you are fighting against. Consider what you are fighting for.
कैसी यार? You fool. भाई ये कौन सी एजेंट है? नाम नहीं आ रहा है.
Guys, don't think what you are fighting against. Consider what you are fighting for.
अबे अस्त्रा है. भूल गया था. मारती है तब बोलती है you fool.
Like about him, and as you can see from the Asian pulls from stage 1 to stage 2, after picking up more duelists, his performance actually dropped. So my question is, who's playing the secondary duelist for DFM, and are they actually going to be able to be successful hand in hand with May? If it's a Kame, you're definitely going to have to see his performance uptick a little bit better on the duelist, because it wasn't always hitting.
And they are going to be facing against GENG. Now, GENG, huge name in Pacific. Everyone's afraid to play against them.
Texture.
But this year, while they still retain Texture, Karon, Ash, you know, their rookie from last year, but they lost someone really critical, and that's Munchkin. Do you think this is a gut punch to this team?
I think it could be. There is a Munchkin-shaped hole in this team. That's the only way we can describe it. You know, they're replacing it with Lakia, but Munchkin really carried a lot of weight for this team. The way he called, the way they were able to innovate on these compositions. He's a fantastic player. But GENG, since 2024, have always looked solid. It doesn't really matter who
Munchkin या Foxy
they
या
seem to be able to find that footing. Of course,
Karen,
Lakia
Zinx,
going back is the
Lakia,
biggest
Ash
story.
and Texture.
Lakia drove Valorant,
देखिए
returns
देखो
once
Lakia is good.
again. And I think this is a team a lot of people still very hyped about, optimistic about.
Texture तो texture है भाई.
And we saw a bit of Zinx during the
I love this
off-season,
man. I love
and
this
we saw a
man.
lot of promise coming out of this kind of refreshed roster. But we got to talk about the agent pool. Now, something's changed a little. Karon is finally not playing Omen. He's shown a little glimpse of it during the off-season. Do we like this?
I don't know. Like, honestly, GENG has overperformed to what my expectations were with these roles in the off-season. I want to see some more games in Pacific before I decide, but I was kind of questioning this because Karon goes and fills the Sentinel role that Zinx previously played in Challenger's career. You can see he's very comfortable playing Sentinel there, and Ash, who played in it and previous to that, Duelist and a little bit of Flex in GENG Academy, I think it was, has to fill the Smokes role. So I feel like we have personnel to fill the holes in GENG, but they've decided to go a completely different route, and Zinx is the one to play Flex secondary duelist.
Yeah, I gotta agree. I feel like they've changed when they absolutely don't have to. It is a big question mark. Who's driving that change? Is that coaching staff? Is that one of the older players, you know, saying maybe this can fit? Or is it one of these guys? Maybe Karen's going, get me on that Sentinel, that's where I can do the best. We don't know yet until we see them play, ultimately, but it does leave a big question mark in my mind.
How many games...
Guys, 10 likes के लिए सिर्फ 4 likes और चाहिए. फटाफट से like करो, subscribe करो.
That's what you have have to ask yourself, just click on Karen's player page and then just filter for agent pool and see just how many games of Omen this man plays.
It's kind of incredible, but you might be onto something. Now, Lakia, the Lakia Valorant, like you just mentioned, this guy was around during Gen G's most brilliant 2024 run, and then he was off the roster last year, which, you know, some people had question marks, some people thought that was the right move, but he's back, and he had some amazing moments.
I mean, he has experience. There's no doubt about that. Look at his history.
देखो पैसिफिक का किक ऑफ जीता था, मास्टर्स मैड्रिड में सेकंड, स्टेज 1 में सेकंड, मास्टर शंघाई जीता, पैसिफिक स्टेज 2 जीता, चैंपियंस सोल में ठीक है थोड़ी दिक्कत हुई, लेकिन 2024 पूरा का पूरा जेंजी के नाम था.
I mean, this is not a recent thing. He was sitting on the roster for ages, but I think this was the most highly critiqued player in Gen G. And for me, I mean, Meteor and Munchkin were a massive part of Gen G. Texture was right there. Caron, Rookie of the Year were the big pieces. I don't think most people talk about Lakia as fondly at the time, at least, other than the Lakia of Valorant meme. But of course, he is part of the core that had so much success. But I don't think that, you know, he's going to have to just be able to coast like he potentially did on an individual level now in Pacific, because I feel like the level of individual player is higher than ever in 26.
Oh, absolutely right. Now, we do have Skirmish here now to help determine map veto. I wonder if they Lakia in there so he can shut everyone up.
No, for sure it's going to be Texture, right? Like, you 100% throw Texture.
That's not Texture.
That's okay.
Ash.
So we've got Ash.
Yeah.
We got that Ash against
Yatsuka. See, this is so interesting to me. Why are we putting Ash forward?
No May versus Texture.
Yeah, also that.
I can't understand why teams are doing this. This is such a...
It could be a pressure thing too, you know? Like maybe some of these players don't want to stress themselves out before the match starts.
Yeah, maybe
right?
it's like
your
a
star
warm-up
player.
thing. Who's a little bit cold even. Let's get you doing some one-on-ones, you know, warm you up a little bit. It could be all kinds of things. It is definitely surprising to see.
You've seen a lot of them. I mean, people are not shying away for it. There's no gentleman's agreements here in Pacific, and there you go. The Ops being able to get DFM across the line. They will claim the veto advantage, and that's a nice little confidence boost early on here for Yatsuka, already showing his individual ability.
Yeah, I think this is going to be really interesting. Again, I'm still scratching my head at this decision. Maybe Solo is still in like honeymoon mode.
Honestly,
he just got married. He's just like, yeah, whoever wants to go in.
You guys can have the veto. I got married.
I
got a girlfriend. I got a wife, by the way. I don't care about vetoes and
I want a Texture versus May. Who didn't want to see that?
I feel
You're
like
about to see it in the server. Relax. It's okay. Okay, calm down.
Same.
I mean, he's got it right. That would have been the matchup we wanted, the head-to-head we wanted to see there. But we are getting our actual map veto coming in.
Abyss, Pearl, and Haven.
A Pearl. Been a while. I feel like
Abyss, Pearl, Haven.
Pearl is fun.
Yeah, for sure. It's an interesting one. I mean, Abyss for Gen G, that's not too unsurprising, but at the same time, that's a map that May has gone nuclear on Jet on in the past, so they're going to have to definitely make sure that they're on top of May in that particular matchup if he does pick up the Jet, or maybe he's going to go to something a little bit more meta. That's something that we have to ask questions of May, because sometimes his agents haven't necessarily gone well for him when he's gone onto the raids. And actually, if you look at his stats against Gen G the last 2 series, he hasn't been hard carrying DFM against Gen G. They've been pretty good at shutting him down. I think to see Pearl there is interesting as well, because think about DFM at kickoff last year. They destroyed a couple of teams,
they did.
Paper X included on Pearl, and they want to start off the year on Pearl strong again, apparently.
Yeah, I think it almost makes sense that they picked Pearl, although there have been some changes to Pearl since last year, so I think B is going to be a little bit different. I don't know how different this approach is going to be. The agent selection is even going to change. Is it still going to work? Do you think they're still going to do that like double duelist approach?
I think it was double ENIT back then, and their double duel, they played like an ISO something, and that was like, that was bad.
I do think they'll go double duelist though. I just think it's the way it's trending. I think Akame could definitely fill that role.
वेले आना चाहिए, योरू आना चाहिए. डबल डुलिस्ट खेलना है, यही खेल सकते हो. If you play वेले योरू, it is perfect. अगर तुम वेले योरू नहीं खेलते हो as a duelist, double duelist comp तो खराब है. Because you are playing on the map like Abyss पे वेले योरू खेल सकते हो, even Jet योरू खेल सकते हो if you want. लेकिन वेले actually info बहुत सारी निकाल के देगा.
We were also split on this, just like match 1, and I picked DFM, and I was surprised that not Clinton picking DFM. but you picked DFM as well. Like, I think there's a lot of promise here, and Gen G, I'm unsure.
Big Time ने भी DFM लिया है.
Why did you go for DFM?
Honestly, more or less exactly the same. I'm a big May believer, and I think they're strengthening the rest of the group around him now. I feel like there's lots of other fraggers.
Big Time का सही था रे. इतने टाइम तक जी का कोच था, कोचिंग कर ली. अब जी का कोच नहीं है तो बस तो VCT के अंदर कास्टिंग मिल रही है.
Munchkin could be a massive hit. Now is the time in my mind for DFM to strike.
I think it's just standard that Gen G should win this series. Like, I think this is the kind of series where DFM need to actually show us, oh, we are a series contender in Pacific right off the bat in the first match. Because Gen G, even with the change, I mean, we haven't even talked about Zinx yet, but he's come into that role playing secondary duelist and flexing a lot of different Asians.
Guys, एक और चीज मैं बोल रहा हूँ. Innings Unplugged करके एक पेज है Instagram पे, वो भी अपना ही पेज है. जाओ जल्दी से फॉलो कर दो. Because that is also important. हम लोग उस पर भी कंटेंट भर के लेके आ रहे हैं. Sports content, cricket content, majorly cricket content लेके आते हैं.
These Korean teams are always just still so good and so quality with great coaching staff, and time again they bring in rookie players, bed them in, and get good performance out of them.
We've been getting a lot of 2-0s so far. Do you think this is going to be a 2-0 though?
पानी भी लेते हैं.
I think these teams are pretty close in my mind. I've got DFM at 2-1. But what do I know? I got the first series in time.
I wouldn't be surprised to see a Gen G 2-0, to be honest.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's a really... I don't think so. I think Gen G is going to have to figure out a couple things. Zinx, they did have a little bit of practice during the off season. I do think there's something to that, but I think DFM is going to want it more than ever. I think Riddle Order, I really believe in these two players. Don't let me down, guys. Don't let me down. But I really think they've shown so much promise in Tier 2, and I think they're going to bring it to the stage as long as they don't get too nervous about it. With that, we are going to send to the stage to continue our kickoff and welcome the match to teams. We got DFM facing off Gen G.
नाइस ट्राई होना नहीं चाहिए भाई. जेनजी जीतनी चाहिए. 2-0. कितना बज रहा है? 5:40 हुआ है. मैं बोल रहा हूँ 5 बजे तक तो गेम्स 4 बजे 5:30 बजे तक गेम्स खत्म. The upcoming scene may potentially contain Caesar trigger. Okay. DFM entering the ground. Let's go.
I'm very excited to watch this matchup. Now, DFM versus Gen G matchup was once considered probably pretty predictable, but last year DFM finally qualified to their first playoffs, and this year they have a promising updated roster.
Yeah!
Walk-ins,
I forgot. Honestly, I forgot how I did this.
I thought he was just going to keep going. Like he was just going to hold the match up for like a good 5 minutes. So keep body blocking the rest of the team. I would respect that.
Yeah, but this DFM organization have had their ups, and they certainly had their downs.
Yes, still dancing.
Rewrite the script this year. They're feeling good. They're feeling optimistic. I think they've made excellent changes in this offseason. You'd love to see it.
It's all vibes. Oh man, those jackets are cool.
Yeah.
They are enjoying. अच्छा ये तो क्या है? अबे कैडे और यात्सुके रिडल ऑर्डर वाले.
A little bit further. They've always been great in the walkouts, but now it's time to be great in the server.
Yeah. Oh man, but the walkout's 10 out of 10.
Oh,
I
the
think they're
best
like
in the league.
top,
Best in the league.
yes, I would say like definitely top 2. Actually, yes, they are the best. They are #1 here in Pacific on walkouts. But Gen G, who has actually gotten first place, gotten a Masters trophy, our first Masters winning team, in fact, in Pacific. They continue to shuffle players around to fill that void left by Munchkin and Meteor prior. But Solo, the coach here, he's never failed us.
No, he hasn't. And GENG, they have beaten DFM 4 times in a row. The last 2 series against GENG, May did absolutely nothing. He hasn't been able to put up a good performance against the GENG squad since 2024. So I think GENG are going to be feeling very confident despite this new outfit.
They are also enjoying.
Another day in the office against a team that they always
They are also enjoying. Bhai, walkouts to solo teams enjoying it. I love those teams, man.
Getting snubbed like that.
I'm loving the vibes that they're having here today. This is an important match, This is the one that helps drive that momentum going into kickoff. We do have 3 teams that we'll be sending to Santiago. And both of these teams, I think, will have a very fantastic showing today. I think it's going to be a 2-1 finally here in Pacific kickoff.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to a 3rd map if we get there. I can't wait to see Pearl as well for the first time in Pacific 2026. But we will be starting over on Abyss, GENG's pick here. So I think the question is really on them. What are they going to bring out and what have they got prepped, ready to deal with DFM and May specifically?
They will start with the attacking side. DFM will start on defense and all eyes are on May. He has had some 30, 40 bombs on Abyss, hard carrying a DFM team that couldn't
बीच में भाई 40 मारा हुआ है लौंडे ने 10 लाइक्स करो बे
more help and they could be very competitive here on a map that actually DFM has had some success on, even in seasons where they haven't really been able to get a win elsewhere.
And this is pretty cool. Here in Pacific, we do get player comms, and it seems we get huddle comms too. Not that any of us can translate what was happening on either team.
Hannah do set GENG fighting. That means 1, 2, 3. GENG fighting.
Oh my god,
I'm just letting you all know.
You've been here for a couple of years. That makes sense.
Screen lessons are paying off. Thank you for the translation, Morgan. And so as these teams get ready to go into this, I'm curious about their agent comps.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I'll quickly summarize GENG. It's not that surprising for anyone that watched the off-season. Texture's been picking up more different agents as of late. Zinx has been very good on this secondary duelist, and Karen will be on the Senti role. We've had some shuffles for all those that haven't been aware.
For DFM, the melee returns. He's back on it once again. But it's Yatsuka that's supporting him as that secondary duelist on the Yoru. Akame moving back to be a little bit more supportive, where he was actually better last year in that Sova role. Kaide picking up the veto as well. So mirror matchups heading into this. I think clearly this is the strong meta.
Definitely, and I'm loving the happy vibes that's happening on the stage right now. I'm just feeling good about this one as we send it over to our casters, Quack and Komodo.
Yeah, I think we're feeling pretty good as well, right, Komodo? I mean, at the same time, I do want to say, though, big time. Let's leave the Korean translations to Jen and Bella. I think you're a little bit overqualified. But yeah, it's going to be a fresh new coat of paint, a lot of upgrades for these 2 teams that we have here today as well.
Yeah, of course, I've been following Kaide and Yatsuka for quite some time, of course, being at the Ascension, having the privilege to be around them and speaking to them, off the stage as well. I was kind of waiting to see when a couple of those Riddle Order players were going to make their step into the Tier 1 atmosphere. Of course, you've got Jojo who's hanging around with them as well. You had Soldam, right, the original Korean Jet. I do believe as well, GN, who used to be on DFM, is actually now gone to play for Riddle Order as well, for those that might be following his story. So it's good to see that he's going to be continuing to play.
Doom doom da 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 doom doom da da.
Back, which we saw on Corrode most notably for the 2 times in occurrence that was there. They destroyed Boom 13-2 and they lost to Talon. So 1-1 for the melee. We'll see if that's going to come into good play. Playing the composition that GENG play for this mirror match alongside Vitality over in EMEA, so there's a little bit of parallels that are coming out in that.
May holds a record for highest
this is a new
single
DFM.
match ACS.
This is a DFM
509.
that have tasted playoffs for one series that had never done it before. We are looking to do more this year as DFM. We are looking to see more as an audience, and I hope that we do.
मैं बता ना योरू वेले आ गए ना योरू वेले.
But for now, we're starting things out with DFM onto the defensive side. Mirror comp, as you have mentioned.
Because यही है fast agents actually. As योरू तुम TP कर सकते हो, as वेले double dash करके side flood in कर सकते हो. ये देखो कर दिया.
Security. Well, it's Astra as well. Find you normally for the Omen plays from him, so gotta relearn this one.
While you take us
And Karen is on Vito. भाई Vito भी बढ़िया agent है.
Everything smoked off too. Some extra stars coming back online.
Oh, 5v5 situation. Kaide to draw first blood.
First point of contact. It's just a bit of information for now, but at the same time, everyone else still alert as to where the other gaps are. Watching out for Heaven.
NT.
That's where they get to apply that pressure. DFM now closing in the distance. Texture needing to find
clear,
the shots
NT.
alongside Karen, but unfortunately,
It's clear,
it
NT.
will falter.
Smokes मरते हैं, सारे के सारे options open हो गए.
4 alive on the back of that pistol as well in a 5 versus 5 post-plant scenario. Might want to go for a couple of early duels, perhaps as GENG a little bit later on, because it is going to be a bit of a learning curve for them, right? How much stock do you put in an off-season event? When you consider it's best of ones as well, correct? This is no longer the dominant GENG of 2024 that was winning nearly everything or becoming second. This is a team that has to re-find their identity, in my opinion, and you can see that is beginning with Texture starting to change a couple of his agents in the pool as well. We're starting to see, you know, Caron move away from the smokes perhaps and into a Sentinel as a bit of stability. Larky is coming back to the IGLing, so we kind of have to see what this team actually now does look like in the Big 26.
Really a lot of hopes as well, at least for the Korean fans in the stands right now. Otherwise for DFM, we talked about the upgrades. Clearly a big fan of them as well, following through Riddle all these years. Right now, just holding tight with the weapons upgrades.
Let's see if GENG can get a plant perhaps, just farm up a couple of these orbs if they want to. Wow. Maximize what Texture can gather. Seen a bit of an adoption of the Bandit so far, haven't we?
Of course, I mean, kind of
Shot.
at this point, it's just so strong. But well,
Finally, Texture gets one.
A little bit of an opening shot from Texture, but also for DFM continuing to push out. You know, some extra information around.
47 HP for me.
Is pushing around. Now the entire team is just aware.
Well, there's the plant that goes down as well. So pretty good for GENG, farming orbs, getting a kill or two on a plant.
And a bulldog.
Yeah, it could.
Winnable हो गया ये round.
Interesting. Everybody is over at the ledge side of things.
Ash gonna have to be a little bit careful though. Placing down the star is gonna be a gravity well, but unfortunately with the stinger, Cess will be able to close in the distance. Zinx now playing as tight as possible.
Nice.
Unfortunately, it might not be enough. He actually does manage to take another player down, but no weapons found. Just
एंटी रे गन मिल जाती है गन मिल जाती तो हो जाता.
Again with the finishing kill with DFM up 2-0.
There's a lot of good damage that comes through in that round though, to be completely honest with you. 2 Bulldogs transitioning into the next round for DFM. See how much stock they put back in towards a buyout perhaps. As GENG again farming the orbs, getting the plants, getting some kills in here as well. Albeit not the round counts, it'll give you a little bit of confidence early on the stage, you would hope. As they will move into their first buyout now and see what this double dive does look like, right? When we think about what Texture's going to be able to do with this Yoru as well, what space is he going to be able to find? For Zinx coming back on towards a duelist role as well for a new roster, how much pressure is on his shoulders, but how much freedom does he have up his sleeve as well to be able to go in and try and do things on himself?
Previously, DRX Academy.
Just a second, guys.
Academy to tier 1, that is quite a leap, but still close enough for them to be able to have some confidence going in for some of these duels. Ash swinging out left, now off to the rest of the team, but it's Akame!
Akame gets 2!
Keeps things very interesting here, doesn't it? 3 versus 3, a large rotation now for DFM to this A site, and a bit of a stalled process for GENG as well. Texture 1 away from the dimensional drift. So whether or not he wants to try and challenge for that here and now, or we'll pick it up for the next round. These situations can always go either way, even if it is lesser weaponry for DFM, so you have to make sure you're calling correctly at the moment on GENG.
That's what it comes down to. The calls, you have options. 40 seconds to go, the gate crash is available.
I think for me, for DFM though, you just gamble this stack as 3 towards the A site, right? If they come into you, brilliant. If they don't, you just try and challenge out for the retake. You lost a little bit too much in the previous round. You do have access to the Hunter's Fury though for Akame in the next one, and I'm seeing 20 seconds on the clock. I'm seeing a pivot up through mid towards the A site now for GENG. This is a little worrisome for me. 10 seconds.
Getting quite nervous about this.
Plant अभी तक नहीं हुआ है.
So good as Karen will be able to swing out through the top alongside his team. Now onto
बचा लिया round.
Down against me.
बचा लिया round.
Managed to strike back.
I mean, lucky for Texture that he doesn't die there. That Bucky should have probably finished him off, but Yeah, unlucky for May that it doesn't. Around on the board for GENG now. And see if this game is going to be kept a lot more interesting with some backwards and forwards affairs, perhaps unlike our previous one that was ultimately just a lot of rounds in a row consistently for both teams.
Yeah, we saw those timeouts from before as well. Still early days for this one, but also keeping the vibes up for the crowd as well. All of a sudden though, thanks to the alt point from B4, it's gonna be dimensional drift straight into sight.
सारे के साथ guys, मेरे पास अब बहुत सारे काम पता है एक साथ आ रहे हैं.
The entire team claiming the site.
Like the pistol, it's another 5 versus 5 in a post-plant scenario, but will it be better for GENG this time? A lot more access to utility.
Early scouting for now. Alongside the clone and everything as well, but that interceptor.
Easy plant हो. भाई GENG निकाल रही है 2-0.
No pop flashes, but they still managed to go for the swing. Shots not found.
अरे 10 बंदे एक साथ swing कर रहे हो.
Texture still manages to steal away too, though. But nonetheless, it will be numbers now for DFM marching into A. 1v3 for Ash as he looks to click on heads. Unfortunately, too much cover.
10 बंदे एक साथ swing करोगे?
Will be able to deal the blow against him while the defuse gets stuck. DFM up 3-1.
Yeah, very nicely done from Texture to be able to get a couple of cheeky kills at the back there as well. And you're looking at that interceptor buying you 9-10 seconds. I noticed is that it did zap the blindside that Yasuke tried to throw out just as it was falling out of time. So that one was a little bit rough for them. Allows Texture to get away with a little bit of mockery on the round. But for me, I think one of the problematic positions as well, if I'm really paying attention to utility, is at the end, Ash's star was not at the right place to gravity well suck them off the spike. It was actually missed. So I need to see that fixed up for later.
Tiny details to keep our eyes on. But once again for GENG to try to break through or at least apply pressure.
Entry मिल रही है. Look post plant में fight सा गिरे.
Powerful position getting a scoped weapon on this open line. Texture really low in HP as well, down to 5. As Lakia is going to be the first one finished off. It's just the lesser weaponry for GENG, of course, in towards this round.
Shot
That is a
reduction.
nice shot.
Lesser weaponry or not, still got to watch out for some of these guys.
Uh-huh.
Well,
3v.
it is a new DFM.
Yeah, bait out the chokehold. Draw out the interceptor as well. See if he can sell a little bit more of a fake towards this B side here. That Kaede, on his first frolic on the veto, is going to just note that nobody else is there. And it's an easy cleanup, you'd assume, for the rest of DFM here.
There we go. As
4-1.
it is a new DFM this time, very much in control all across the map. Of course, maybe some movements from GENG as well.
What does it look like now for GENG? Right? We've got the weapons back. Are we challenging for an opener? Because I really don't think that you want to see another scenario where it's some 5 versus 5 post-plant. But we know that DFM are also okay going for fights at the moment too. May hasn't really been too involved in the battles. You can exactly say the same thing for Lakia on the flip side, still on the donut. Right now though, it is the DFM squad looking for a little bit of this aggression towards main. As they will TP and
Nice shot, Rezinx.
The opener though onto Akame. We're just charging ahead.
And there's the gap.
ठीक है, trade.
Onward with the trades. Karen now feeling the heat.
Nice, Ray Karen.
Just to hold. Kaede with the silent steps.
And he cross-cuts out of there as well. Really nicely done, but Kaede slips in towards the tower, finds Lakia.
Spike down A.
That's another strong angle.
Nice one.
Tries to work around the headshot angles, but unfortunately falls to Texture. Now it's on to Cess. He spots them.
Nice reduction.
No shot available.
I am supporting GENG
With
right
that
now.
round will go to GENG through eliminations.
Hey, investment of conversion pass as well for Zingson there. Does go 1-for-1 in the end with a nice headshot to come on through in a little bit of a delayed trade there by May. All in all though, GENG getting into the site where they necessarily needed to. And well, even in the scenario where Cess finds a kill, perhaps the trades would have been there, you'd assume too. Very needed round for GENG to get back on towards the board and maybe find some comfortable footing in this map pick that they are choosing in this series. Of course, DFM picking Pearl, for those that might just have joined us when this one started.
Same time, just a lot of mental conditioning at play, always kind of wanting DFM to apply pressure, spend utility outside of A right now, just TPing away as well.
Yeah, you drone pretty deep in towards A main and see that nothing's there, so I bet you'd feel comfortable just inserting Mei in towards main to hold that one, and you look towards mid a little bit more. You don't play too heavy forward as well as Yatska actually over towards the danger side of B, so there's a bit of an emphasis here on mid for DFM. A minute to go for Gen G as they'll start to silently walk in towards A, and this is the challenge for Mei now. How much do you get away with? Because there's no refract, there's only the light speed.
Maybe the saturate, if you can toss it in time, it does slow, but not enough. Only the one kill. Enough for the Hunter Fury to come out, in fact.
Because the saturate still had a little bit of activation on that one, so nicely done from Akame.
But Texture could have TP'd, no?
Scenario, as it's just the complete switch up towards this B side. You haven't seen Ash be able to slot himself in too deep just yet. Wait for the cavalry to come. And if I'm looking at this bit of a post-plant scenario right now, Clack, you've got the evolution that gets popped, you've got the cosmic divide too, but they're kind of insurance policies to get into the site, not in a post position. So we'll have to see how Gen G do look to play the hold structure now, as it is a 3-player flank to come through from DFM.
Yeah. Maybe hoping for more HP regen, but otherwise working around this cosmic divide for now. Alerted to the positions from before thanks to the little chokehold.
And Cess can drop his cosmic divide too.
Oh, that's where things get interesting. Slices the side in half somewhat. Oh, no. Still keeping things intact though.
Hey, nice.
Swings, the
trades are bad.
Coming out on top.
Get the first frag, Gen G.
With that wall there as well. You always understand that you got to find the timing, right? You got to have clear and concise comms to go through, but you don't hear the audible scenario on the back of that. You don't know that Kaide's already pushed all the way up through the cliffside for the eventual final trade. Very nicely navigated there for DFM as well. Some good timing and, you know, a situation that could have got the better of him, right? What if the Hunter's Fury wasn't pulled by Akame there to get the trade? You've got a bit of an advantage for Gen G.
टूट गई होगी टेक्सचर की वो अल्टी में मेरे को ऐसा फील आ रहा है टीपी पक्का टूट गई रहेगी
moments that can definitely turn these rounds. And that 3 versus 3, yeah, DFM will come away with it. So 5-2 scenario now in this map number 1. Between DFM and Gen G, and it's going to be Gen G feeling the heat and pressure for their timeout.
Oh my goodness, I can't believe that those are the words we're uttering right now. I mean, this is such a storied team. We definitely did see, you know, dips in performances here and there throughout last year. But you would have thought, you know, with the
ऐसा नहीं हो 2-0 Gen G out हो जाए बाहर हो जाए मतलब 0 to DFM जीत जाए 2-0 DFM क्या बोल रहा हूँ मैं
Yeah, I mean, we had, you know, some questions thrown out there to all the players in Pacific for this kickoff right now. It's which team do you, you know, watch out for the most and why? And for Gen G, they're saying T1, Paper X, RRQ, which is relevant because the winner of this series goes against RRQ next. No DFMs whatsoever, right? No one's really phased by DFM at the moment, but I think there is a lot of people out there that are overlooking them. There's a lot more potential that we can see from DFM at the moment, and a lot more just caliber in the duo plays, in the tandem plays available, right? You got Kaide and Yatska that come from the same team. Previously, you've got Coach Vors coming from there as well. You know, my questions were, how much does change with a new coach coming in? Is it still the May show, or is it really more of the team dispersed for a lot of the roles at the moment? And I'm already kind of seeing the latter, which is giving really good confidence for me for DFM.
It's a welcome sight, we'll say that for now, but at the same time,
Gen
G off the timeout, look to go into the rim.
It's okay, Texture gets one.
With dimensional drift, but May finds an answer as well. Instantly
nice one, Zinx. Nice one, good trades. ऐसे पॉजिटिव ट्रेड्स में रहेंगे तो Gen G जीत सकती है. Gen G हमेशा नेगेटिव ट्रेड्स में रहती है. Timing.
Caught with knife out.
Which does leave Yatska alone.
हाँ याचुका भी ट्राई नहीं करेगा बिकॉज इनके पास भी इको की कमी है राउंड भले ही जीत रहे थे बट क्लोज राउंड जीत रहे थे
Gravwell that can come on towards the spike in a bit. Texture, I mean, look, he's got clone, 2 flashes, 2 TPs. He's only drifted and come out and got a kill. There's just so much here for Gen G to come in. You got the Shockies, you got a Recon that may very well even come online during this post plant, but it doesn't really matter because is just trying to run out of there, run on a marathon, and he's got Gen G trying to chase him a little bit. Not going to happen. On the back of their own timeout, ramping up the pace a bit quicker in towards that A site. They'll keep things, you would hope, nice and competitive.
We'll take those. I was just chuckling myself because Texture, as he whiffed the exit kill, he took his hand off the mouse or keyboard. A little moment. Always love the personality.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the Texture highlights of him just reacting and putting his head in his hands and doing all of his movements on the cameras. There we go. Yep. We're probably going to be able to like have multiple minutes of just clips of him at the end of the year. Multiple minutes.
Compilation.
Yeah, gorgeous. Up through mid though right now. Lots of DFM bodies to potentially hit the floor. Unless Texture overstays his welcome and then dies.
Surely not.
Oh,
He's the man with the stickers, but here they go. Quick with a swing, some additional cover. Lakia. This is Gen G. They've laid out the traps, and now they've sprung.
Lakia's on the board in the eco round, the anti-eco.
Let's go. Yeah, we're cracking eggs. But at the same time for DFM, what are they looking for?
In this round, some kills.
Fingers crossed. But Gen G are backing off.
Again, Abyss not really played for these guys, right? Last year, stretching all the way back to the beginning. In fact, the last time DFM did technically play it was against Gen G.
And they lost.
They lost 6-13, but benefit of the doubt, new year, new agents, new style, new players.
Mirror comp.
New playstyle.
30 seconds left.
It's still is relatively early, but as far as this round goes,
Planted.
I don't know, Chief.
Oh, it's just trying to see what damage you can do on the side of DFM, isn't it? And it's good to see that Zinx gets the priority of the plant to get the convergent pass in towards the next round. And, well, we just commit the unthinkable for the tail end of that one as well. No more ulti orbs to be given over. And we'll go again. Another round needed for Gen G as they are knocking on that door to try and tie it up.
It's very lovely and wholesome, unthinkable play. Akame just went and did finger hearts to the camera as he fell off. But of course, as you pointed out from before, you know, they do this for good reason. But it is also Gen G just...
The way he comes, man, he's so cute.
Texture now 13 up and 5.
Let's see if this is an angle for Gen G to use that convergent pass in towards the site as well.
Lakia ka pehla frag tha wo?
To be able to maybe even throw his own back. You got to remember that Caron doesn't have evolution to be able to fight through that, but Kaede does, right? It is going to be May who does drop his own pass, however, there, and the push in from Kaede where I mentioned it. What a gorgeous set of headshots to come from him. Can't quite get
the
clip at the end for the hungry 4K, maybe the ace as well, but you would assume that that's damage done in the rounds to not see an equalization.
It's just perfect. Convergent paths into the taps. You would have wanted more, but nonetheless, we'll see if this Gen G duo will be able to pick things up. Roll swaps here and there for these two.
Try karna
This
chahiye.
sort of position, you kind of just, as a DFM fan or a DFM player in this, you're just hoping that you don't falter. You don't give an opportunity to Ash and Caron to be able to bring this back.
Shouldn't be, right?
Yeah.
Spikes down. Everything's known.
You'll hear the crosscut. You'll see what you can do. 30 seconds to go. You're kind of okay if they're only at the bottom side of B main. Because either they're making a full run rotation with minimal time and eventually someone can cheat a rotate back over towards A. Or they are going to try and bully you in towards this B site. And with 20 seconds to go now, we
Plant to mil jayega.
that Gen G are going to try and run in towards A and get this plant. And DFM will just go for the retake if they beat them to it, which it looks like they will. So post-plant scenario now. How much do DFM potentially lose in this retake? Or is there an opportunity that Gen G can pull this one out now that time starts to become a bit of an issue depending on how long DFM take? It'll be a huge scenario for Gen G to win this one.
Jeet sakti hai Gen G ye round.
That's right. Bottom line, 4v2. You need to take these duels and you need to win some of them. Especially
Let's go, Karen.
Hold up! Caron! Once again, just
Let's go, Ash.
pass on to another. May answers back. When it comes down to the 1v1s, who do you back up?
Oh, he's sticking it, he's sticking it. Is he going to get it? May, it's going to be so damn close, and he's got it!
He stayed.
Saves a fake.
The guy stayed.
May, to the extra second.
May lost his buddies, but comes through with the goods. I got worried, Quack. I got worried in that 4 versus 2. How much would Gen G get back? How much were they going to be able to make that one plausible? Oh, it looks so damn doable.
Oh,
Crispy.
my God.
Just take a breath.
Let them speak for themselves.
Reset. Yeah, that one. What could have been for Gen G?
Somewhat heartbreaking, but they do have the economy to buy back up. But look
मैं
at
फिर भी
this.
खा गया एक को बाकी से.
All you can do is laugh.
Something's
as
no
Texture.
change.
All you can do is laugh as Texture there. Unfortunately, does get the trade though. So you'll take that. May down in this lesser equipped buy for DFM, but they have achieved a tie at the half no matter what.
Just for Gen G to try to re-clear that space.
I wouldn't mind seeing Caron try and get closer towards the evolution as well, right? Just a couple of charges away from that one.
Oh, they're going to give it to Lakia.
Yeah, 2 rounds to go. Will
shot.
Lakia have enough in terms of plants and orb farming and kills to get it? They're going to try and maximize it here. Get the orb at A, go towards B. He can get the plant. So there's a real possibility he can get it for the next round.
They are going towards the stack. They are going towards the stack.
Continue to waltz in towards this stack of B. Bucky's. Yeah, that's where I get worried.
Okay, well, it's a conflict divide for now.
30 seconds left.
Little nebulous here and there for Cess to poke around. He will be able to collect onto one. Akami looking for some angles too.
Lucky enough.
Unfortunately,
Lucky enough कि Bucky's है. Bucky they went to the stack, man.
6 to 5, trying to climb back up.
Well, speaking of climbing up, trying to jump up on top of the site there with those Buckies is maybe a little bit of advice. Should play a little bit cheaty around the corners, but hey. Gen G do weather through that one in a situation that kind of could have got the better of them running in towards a stack like that. Last round of the half now, and we'll start to see again for me if Lakia is going to be getting that Hunter's Fury online. Feels like that's an avenue for Gen G that they are prioritizing to maybe get into a post-plan scenario a little bit later on and favor the usage of that, but 3 ticks away. I'm definitely looking at Caron doing more and Zink's doing more with the conversion paths. As May is just going to get out.
बोल दिया रहेगा वेले घुस गई अंदर.
Offering up their head on a silver platter for him.
टेक्सचर की ऑफ आनी ही थी.
Evolution already popped as well. This is really early.
Yeah, well, it lasts the whole round, right? So there's kind of no point in not popping it.
Just an off shot for now.
Let's see what you can figure out around the map at the moment. Sending in the drone up through mid, and you only spot someone in spawn. Do you see that they are really rotating towards this B site? You get a bit of a feeling with the shuffling around the map at the moment from DFM. And you got all this veto utility still around the side as well, so we'll see what Kaide is going to be able to do here as the rest of his squad starts to come up towards this site as well. This is just going to be another big old brawl towards this B site where you're hoping Jinx does put in the pass to kind of lay the way in.
It should. Oh, but unfortunately doesn't really connect onto much. Not anything at all. May has afforded 1 kill because of that.
चारों ने मार दिए एक-एक.
To mop up as well. Ash, the lone lurker left. He's been playing this position the past few rounds now, and Kaide is quick to draw to it. 7 to 5.
हक दिया वो अल्टी हक दी.
DFM.
That's just very destructive at that moment, isn't it, from DFM when they recognize that Gen G have all gone towards the
Ulti hak di bhai.
kind of get the idea. If you don't get
3 people are watching, guys. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe. I will just say you one thing. हम हमारी consistency drop नहीं करेंगे. हम best के सारे matches cover करेंगे. Even पूरा season cover करूँगा. और वर्ल्ड कप भी कवर करूंगा.
Couple of
जो क्रिकेट वर्ल्ड
opportunities
कप
that
है वो
could
भी
have
कवर
gone the other
करूंगा.
ways from where we were seeing, but if you're DFM, you're absolutely happy with how that one goes in your first outing on this new squadron, and if you're Gen G on your own map pick, I wonder is 5 enough for them?
That's a really good question, Komodo. I do have to wonder that myself, because this is a little bit worrying. I mean, playing a very cautious and slow-paced tempo, but at the same time for DFM.
Map number 1. Guys, कितना टाइम हुआ अपने को? इसको लाइव खींच देता हूँ और टाइम देख लेता है. 2 hours and 12 minutes. Okay, all good. ज़्यादा दिक्कत भी नहीं है. हम और क्या-क्या प्लान कर सकते हैं? बाकी कुछ वॉच पार्टी कर सकते हैं क्या अपन YouTube पे? सुकी is also playing. Snacks खेल रहा है, सुकी खेल रही है, वॉच पार्टी चल रही है, मेंबरथॉन मेंबरथॉन का क्या
spend 9 rupees.
इसका मेंबरथॉन वाला सीन देखते हैं. सबको बहुत मीठा पसंद है भाई. ये जो भी है देखते हैं. इसके 155 मेंबर्स है, 3000 सिर्फ में बढ़िया है भाई. अच्छी इसने अपनी बना ली है.
Confidence, you need to see, you know, a falling
Texture
over
died,
from DFM.
Karen
Not
died.
shooting back against Ash here at the A site, which will now get backed up by Lakia. 10 seconds on the dart, so he's just going to have good crosshair placement here.
Go for at least a couple here and there.
तीन. Hello. Tang tang tang.
Lakia as well. My jaw is on the floor. I'm talking about good crosshair placement from Lakia perhaps, but it's Ash. He just plants his feet like that.
चार मार लिए.
The 4K. Crazy.
Call him soap because that was clean. And that's the pistol round right off the rip for GENG.
भाई बंदे ने क्या मारा है वो देखो जाके.
Versus 3. You're thinking that's going to be an easy close for DFM. No.
खाली क्या बजा ठंग ठंग ठंग.
3. Absolutely disgusting. A different scenario if the saturate does hit its mark, by the way, but hey, it doesn't. And Ash is just catching them all. Very nicely done.
For all that we were thinking tactically, maybe not the best positions, but you know, things happen, and now you've got the guns. A full squad online on A site.
Yeah, texture the money man as well. Farm up those ecos with the Marshal. See if it's going to happen though right now, because you're expecting a bit of a smoke fade bust out to come through from DFM.
Well, straight on through. Saturate's been spent as well. That one's painful.
No!
The races,
Hey,
though.
you think that one's painful, Quack? You think those aren't? More classics doing the job. 4 versus 2 now.
The whole team's on site. That's exactly what DFM is going to do. They have the space. They can play with these guns. And GENG are in for a rude awakening, even with the Phantom loss. It's just Texture left. Moneyman no longer.
Yeah, I did say he's the one that had to farm up the frags, right? So let's see. 1.
It's
2.
still possible, but he's so low now. Oh, and Yatsuka's pretty far away. Spike. Oh.
It only takes 1 shot, though, to seal the deal.
Just run and gun it.
आवाज आई रही.
He heard him.
Holding our breaths as Yatsuka tries to mind game his way out of this one. Eats one to the chest. A slight wall bang, but now the angle held in position. 50 out for DFM.
They answer back, don't they? Just like we saw at the beginning on Split from Varrel and Global Esports, where the latter team got away with the Thrifty in the second. That is a crazy and criminal to come out from DFM. The Classics getting the job done. I actually thought that the Traces coming out of the chokehold would have incentivized maybe a bit more sprays in towards the smoke, but it's just a jump in towards the smoke where you get Classicked out of Oblivion. That is a round for DFM that they had no business in winning, but they do come away with.
Off to the next round now. You're really starting to feel the loss of it. Just trying to work around the off angles.
Well, let's see if you will pass go and collect $200 or not here in the open May. Misses the shots, gets out of there. But it's a bit of good steadiness from DFM to find the frags where required around the map. And now this 5 versus 3.
You alright?
Too many thrifties today already, Quack.
They're always entertaining, I will say that. And right now, Ash, okay, a little bit of support coming through from Kara now.
We'll see what they're going to be able to do with the Classics as well here.
A lot of smokes to maybe trying to play sneaky beaky around, but Now, that's not going to quite do that against full armor, is it?
No, and everybody's aware that this smoke is a dirty position as well, though you look away at the mere millisecond as a Kame.
हक गया रे वो second round. Legit हक गया वो second
The
round.
rest of the Gen G squad do flawless in nature for DFM as we now get into the meat and potatoes of this second half. The buy will come through for Gen G.
Really makes them think as to how they want to play around this defensive side as well. Past few rounds now suffered heavy losses out towards A main. Not to mention Texture, who might not have been having the best time of his life on this Yoru. But here we go.
Again, I mean, it's a bit of a scenario where this isn't the 2024 Gen G, right? We have to think that they now are a different squad that needs to be doing different things. Losing Meteor, losing Munchkin, changing of IGL, changing of styles, changing of roles for players as well.
Nice, nice!
What doesn't change is some sort of consistency. Texture for a double, for a good opener before being traded out. So it gives you some good options for Gen G on this defensive now to try and inch a little bit closer back into this map.
Always take those. Star players will always give star performances, but right now, DFM not out of the fight.
And Ash playing a different angle this time as well, right? Not deep on towards the site itself, around a little bit of cover. See if he can get one or two individually here. Oh,
crazy.
Well, the interceptor's right there. Some added cover. The rest of the team will be able to break through.
And in this 3 versus 3,
38
well,
HP.
can dimensional drift a little bit early because he's low in HP. Use himself as a bit of a information gathering spot, but they're not really aware of this flank at the moment, or are they? I can see by the radar that Kaide is watching it from the crossover.
Just kind of clearing out the back ends, holding the angles, luring Gen G.
3v3 है, पहला ट्रेड जेंजी को निकालना है अगर ये राउंड जेंजी को
Trying to go in
करना है.
simultaneously, perhaps 3 separate angles. But does DFM have the reaction?
यात्सुका अकेले ही मार रहा है.
The firepower is here, Komodo. Lakia has no choice but to back off.
I mean, he was the one that was low in HP, wasn't he? So he's done a sensational amount of damage to gather those kills.
यात्सुका अकेले मारने लग गया भाई.
DFM onto round number 10 on the tally. Nicely placed out from them as well, and even Kaide just very focused on that flank potential to come through from Caron. Really scared him away, didn't it? Drew attention away from where Yatsuka was playing. Gen G starting to feel a little bit worried for them on their map pick now. This is not too much of a situation where you can get in with a buy, and if you drop in the next round, well, that's 11 for DFM. You don't give yourself a lot of rope to make mistakes for the map. Timeout now exercised by DFM. Sorry, by Gen G.
जेंजी 10
needed one.
हार रही है भाई. रुक जाओ. अबे एक तो ये पता नहीं गूगल का क्या दिक्कत है, बीच में लैग हो जाता है, अटक जाता है, हैंग हो जाता है. फिर मिनिमाइज माइक्रोमाइज करते हैं. सब लोग वही कर रहे हैं भाई. टाइम आउट में क्या ही कर लेंगे, फोन चेक कर लो. इसका स्टिल अवेलेबल भाई. ऐसा लगता है इसका गायब ही हो गया, कभी कभी फील होता है. यार ज़ारो वाली चैनल देखने के लिए रेबल को क्रिकेट टीम से निकाल दिया. न्यू लिस्ट. ये व्लॉग्स देखे नहीं है मैंने. No off days if you want to team vlogs. Yep, that's for sure. सब जगह काम चल रहा है भाई इधर मुंबई में. विरार, बोरीवली, इवन मीरा महिंद्र, हम लोग जिधर है उधर काम चल रहा है एवरीवेयर.
Connecting to the face of the opponents, and just as quick as that, it's DFM into the site in a 4 versus 2, looking to find round number 11 and force Gen G into a really sticky spot on this map.
There's just drops.
फिर तो DFM का खुद का मैप है पर्ल. अगर सामने वालों के मैप में इतना स्ट्रांग है, खुद के मैप में तो प्रिपरेशंस करके आए ही होंगे, बिकॉज अभी तक पैसिफिक में हमने पर्ल खेला ही नहीं है.
Just got to do something a little bit unexpected, really, to find a kill that otherwise wouldn't happen. You start to scope out where they might be lurking around, and it's not really too much, is it? Yatska finds Ash, and now it's just Caron, noted by the chokehold. Uh-oh. You just need to make sure that you don't give him a massive duel up close and personal, because he'll give you a good kiss with that judge.
Should be able to, but you got players all over the place.
कूद ही जाता.
This is now DFM inching closer towards that coveted map point.
It would be very good for them if they're able to come away with a series, and I know that's a little bit further on in this one right now because we're only in map number 1, but if you look back to the history for this team, right, 2024, they played 12 series, they won 2 of them. 2025, they played 15 series, they won 5 of them. They made playoffs. So we're getting a good little journey on the up for DFM, and I'm looking like and I'm hoping like it's going to keep on going.
The trends that the charts are charting, they're moving upwards. We like this. This is good return on investment.
And if it's exponentially so, then we're getting DFM on the international side, and I think that Paper Thin is going to lose his marbles if that happens.
He's putting on his captain's hat right now, but you know, we'll keep that in view. We'll circle back to it at some point. Right now, it's just holding the angles. Texture unfortunately going down. Quick rotations coming through from GENG.
मैं एक्चुअली यही सोच रहा हूँ कि जेंजी ऐसा क्या हो गया जेंजी को कि इतना स्ट्रगल करना पड़ रहा है. वो भी असेंशन के प्लेयर्स है सामने. यात्सुका और काइडे तो असेंशन प्लेयर्स है, बोथ ऑफ देम. अकामे और सेस ठीक है, ओनली मे वाज दी वन जो कि यहाँ पे दिक्कत दे सकता था, बट मे साथ 15 है. What does that mean कि भाई जेंजी में से नहीं हारी?
A little bit of information of have they actually relinquished control of this position? Do we feel like they are indeed moving to the other side of the map? And that's why you see Lakia bring out the drone in towards main. Finds Yatska, Caron
पर ये ट्रेड ऑफ हो जा रहे हैं ना.
So we're still in a balanced state at the moment, but with 30 seconds to go, DFM do have to go into this B side.
A little bit back and forth, but now you're starting to hear more movements towards B.
ये full to nice shot.
Ash, good for at least one. That is good value for GENG. Trying to play around the smoke.
अब time buy कर लो.
Silent hops towards the top, but Cess managing to steal yet another. Ash with 3 under his belt and 10 seconds left to hold on to. Just play it.
ये एक बड़ा प्लस पॉइंट है. लाकिया जस्ट होल्ड करके खड़ा है मिड पे और कुछ नहीं कर रहा. मर भी गया तो अब दिक्कत नहीं आएगी बिकॉज़ राउंड निकल गया. Nice. Ash with the 4.
Round, one more kill. They're still in this game.
Yeah, very, very required for GENG that they don't see DFM get to 12 because that's where the pressure really is put on their shoulders, isn't it?
Shot यहाँ अच्छा कनेक्ट करवाया और ऑफ से वो नीचे ही देख रहा था, ऊपर नहीं देख रहा था. The problem was that
at every point in that one would have been a brave duel for Ash to take had there been more members already a little bit closer towards the site. Imagine a world in which Kaede actually removed him from the equation there. There's an opportunity for DFM to get in towards the site. So a couple of really important duels going GENG's way there. Now hold on. Another buy to come through for DFM as they get a little bit of pace here up towards main, of course. But is it going to be outrageously fast behind this drift of Yatska now?
Could be. Depends on what Yatska sees, and the answer is not too much. It's an open site. Just a cosmic divide. A possible pop out from Lakia.
Oh, he's got to be aware of this one though, surely. The flash, and Kaede just knows. He knows exactly how to play that one with his teammate in May. Now you've got the tower control as DFM, and you've got to consider for GENG, how much time do you spend to try and go into this retake before you call it? Because you don't got credits for next round if this one gets lost.
So clean, right? DFM covering all their bases. GENG putting everything that they've got into this one. It's an all-in play with Caron onto the evolution. With the kill onto me. A crouch! A generational whiff! Now on towards the final 2. Does GENG have it in the bag? They're sticking the defuse all the way. The shock darts are going, but it doesn't do damage.
It doesn't matter. You're evolved as Caron there. You don't take shock dart damage. They put the right player on the defuse there, and I think Akame in that moment, I mean, there's just so much going on, right? You forget that sometimes, oh, they're not going to take damage. Oh, maybe the evolved player isn't on the defuse. Too much going on, and GENG do come out with a good retake. I got a
भाई
little
उसने
worried
मुंह
when
पे
the
अल्टी मारी है और
evolution
अल्टी
was
मार के
popped.
उसने
Didn't
मारा
go
है और
for the
ये
double
याचुका ने
swing,
क्या
but
गंदा मिस किया है.
It works out at the end for Gen G. They will hold on. 8-11 is going to draw DFM's first time out for the map out now.
Okay. Now we get some dances. No, I'm just kidding. We're not. We're 2 rounds away from possibly closing out Gen G's map pick.
And we're 2 rounds away from Gen G potentially knocking on that door and really making DFM question, can they close out this map that they, for more
मैप क्लोज करना है तो सबसे बड़ा दुख है. तुम 11 तक पहुंच जाते हो. भाई कितने मैप्स मैं खेला हूँ रैंक के अंदर 11-12 पहुंचने के बाद हम लोग 8-9 राउंड एक साथ गिव अवे कर देते हैं.
They've tried going in fast. Gen G have been wise to it now. A lot of times you would see it's you know, maybe Ash, maybe Karen making some of these plays.
I think it's important to recognize though that they are going for the plays as well, right? They're not just waiting for things to happen. It's a sort of situation as well where previous DFM, for example, the May show, everyone's trying to activate him. You've got a lot more pieces to the puzzle right now.
Yeah,
you got a lot more that you can do. I mean, I look at this one, May's at the bottom. When have we seen a suboptimal play from May?
That's
ever.
really
Like literally
point.
ever.
Oh boy. Well, here we go. You know what? They still
He's
have
one
guns,
and done.
but slowly starting to get robbed away as Karen jumps over with the judge. Suddenly the rest of the Gen G team on this site on high alert. Ash stunned up.
क्या हुआ ये?
Quickly refracted back.
Oh, what can Ash do on the top of this site though when this Nebula eventually does fade on down?
Such a strong position. He spots out at least one, but also exposed. DFM starting to find the angles. Convergent paths coming back through though. And that's just May giving his team added cover. Texture.
Huh?
Oh no!
नसीब ही खराब है टेक्सचर के.
It just punctures through. Not the kill. It's onto Lakia of Valorant. He tosses out the shock dart, trying to play the positions, but Cess.
नसीब ही खराब है टेक्सचर के.
I was looking at the timing in that moment as well for Lakia and for Texture in that 2 versus 3. You got a dart that you haven't used the whole round, you got a drone that you haven't used, and you just deploy that as your teammate looks to come out through the stairs with that operator. They get the leg, but I feel like the timing is a little bit missed from Gen G there. Are you droning to clear first, and then he peeks on the ping, or are you swinging together to potentially, you know, play it a little bit better in that scenario? They go for a little bit of a mismatch of it, so it's fine. They opted to do something. But now that that one has not worked out, Quack, you're facing 4 map points. So DFM is sitting pretty. Gen G have a Stinger and a Bucky behind the rest of the primary rifles. So you're feeling a little bit pressured on your own map pick right now. This is not the first display that Gen G wanted to put up.
Definitely not.
Take flight.
Trying to work around the positions, a little bit starved for information as DFM are hanging back.
Yeah, there's a drone up through middle as well to get Karen a little bit more forward. But as him and Zinx do hang around, what are they really playing for at the moment? Gen G need to come over towards this A site, but Yatska just obliterates Texture's face.
चलो
Yeah,
अकामे को तो ले लिया.
but you've seceded a lot of this control, and also the spike. Someone has stopped that.
खत्म.
Well, it doesn't matter if DFM just continues to mop up kills. A bit of a Hail Mary approach from Gen G in this potential final round. Unfortunately, not fully paying off. Some slight ults do connect, but DFM, look at this. Starting to run circles around it. They've managed to bring the spike back on over. A fake tap reveals Zinx's position. And where is Ash?
Yeah, he's still on the other side of the map. He doesn't have a weapon, by the way. He's only got the classic, so he's looking for a bit of an upgrade. He'll find the Vandal, but you've lost Zinx to
DFM 2-0.
Who's got a 3k in this round. And
DFM
Ash,
2-0.
Gen
Genji हार गई.
starting to close on this map of Abyss.
You're pretty much sure dropping those curtains already. 1v4, all the angles marked. It's a last-ditch effort, but it's not going to amount to much. It's DFM 13-8.
अब और
Very clean from them. Very great showing as well for this new lock on this squad that has really been trying.
YouTube. Let's go on YouTube. YouTube पर कुछ देखते हैं भाई. Cricket Gold. तो पुराने BBL के मैचेस चला रहे हैं ना. डायमंड टुडे बैंडेड ओनली डेट। मिस्टर बीन चल रहा है, कौन सा वाला है? मूवी वाला है क्या? हाँ मूवी वाला है। बाजू में आजू में इसको डरा रहा है। भाई ये बहुत देखा है। ट्रस्ट प्रोसेस हम रेडियन जाएंगे। कॉफी विद जलन नया वीडियो आया है, वाह भाई। Snacks is also playing. Most valuable trophy. ये है ही नहीं भाई। Surviving a day at India's most haunted place. That's 45-minute challenge. काफी सारे वीडियोस है। नो कॉम्प अंटिल 30 हार्ड बॉट्स। 30 हार्ड बॉट्स नहीं हो पाते भाई। वंदे भारत में पब्लिक ने वीडियोस बनाना स्टार्ट भी कर दिया। लेट्स गो बे। VLR पे तुम लोग को बताओ VLR पे क्या क्या हुआ है। VLR पे बता इस मैच में क्या क्या हुआ है। इस मैच में सबसे बड़ी प्रॉब्लम पता है कौन रहा है? लाकिया 6 and 17, जिंग 7 and 19। वहाँ पे ये सब डबल डिजिट्स में। इकोनॉमी वाइज लगे ही पड़े थे, परफॉर्मेंस वाइज भी फुल टू भसड़ भी है, सिर्फ फुल टू भसड़ है। DFM अनलकी ट्रो DFM पूरा नहीं हुआ है। DFM एक महीने पहले ही है, 3 दिन पहले लगे। गाइस दूसरा मैप शुरू होने दो तब हम जाएंगे। रुको गाइस, I'll be back soon. तुम लोग ये सुनो, मैं आता हूँ.
With no one even looking at him, so not only is this great setups, you're constantly seeing DFM keep their opponents guessing, but also the communication on GENG was woeful for a team of their experience and their caliber, and they were getting caught off guard multiple times by some of these tricky setups.
Yeah, I think to add to that, it's such an amazing counter to what we see so often from GENG. They love a 4-1. They have always loved a 4-1. It's how they like to structure their attack sides. So DFM cook up some perfect ante, and we just saw how that played out in map 1. I'm worried for GENG. I'm feeling great about my prediction this time round.
Yeah, DFM was definitely working really hard. Like you said, GENG usually has some fantastic ideas, but this was GENG's map pick, and DFM expected in a way, prepared for it, and this is the outcome. Now they did pick Pearl. DFM picked Pearl. Coming up next, we were touching upon this at the start of this match here, that DFM did play Pearl fantastically at the start of kickoff last year, but the map's changed a little bit now. The team has changed. What are your expectations coming into Pearl?
I mean, I think I still want to see double duelist, right? I felt like that fit them very, very well. Obviously, I think May is going to be on that duelist, and I hope Yatsuka sticks with that kind of second man. I think that can suit them very well. But we don't even have to talk about May anymore.
Yeah.
What's Kaide going to be playing? Maybe that's the question we need to be asking now, because across the board, that was a very impressive team. And if that's a map that they didn't pick and they look that well prepared, look out for some interesting setups, some really well-drilled work from DFM on Pearl. That's what I'm expecting.
Well, the interesting thing about this team is it's now a mix of Riddle Order and DFM. You've got the coach of Riddle Order and 2 Riddle Order players. The setups look transformed. The coach is clearly putting in work, and you've got some experience coming in from the DFM player and the players and the star power of May that we haven't even seen yet. It's interesting that Yatsuka picks up the secondary duelist instead of a Kame. I didn't want to see a Kame on the secondary duelist, but not for the reason that I even expected. Cess going on to controller frees himself up to actually frag a lot harder. A Kame is so flexible he can play anything, so I actually think Yatsuka on the secondary duelist has really freed up the rest of the team to contribute a lot more heavily.
Are we feeling confident about GENG then going into Pearl? I'm obviously...
सिक क्या कर रहा है? That's
like
what
make this drag it out. You know what I'm saying? I'm actually gonna bait so hard the rest of the game.
भाई पहले सिक was so fit, अब तो भाई एकदम वैसा हो गया है. पहले सिक was so fit रे.
You know, maybe daddy won't no problem. You know I'm big for real.
Last player standing.
Okay, I need to make sure we have that shut off so I don't get any more noise in my
भाई बहुतों को नहीं पसंद आता. पता है चैट में टाप 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 बहुतों को नहीं पसंद आता. सब शांति चाहते हैं जिंदगी में. सॉम क्या कर रहा है?
A streamer is a gamer, but with everything on the line. A streamer is a gamer, but with everything on the line.
Song क्या कर रहा है? Let's watch song for 2 minutes. Is Som also watching the match? Som is also watching the match only.
Yatsuka staying on that Yoru. Seems like these roles are going to be what we're going to see moving forward.
I don't think John will ever play Valorant again.
Look for him to put a stop to that double duelist.
Well, I'm liking what I'm seeing so far.
मैं Som मेरे को लगा ही
End up
Som.
surprising us.
Oh yeah.
We might not get the usual suspects, and DFM definitely holding true, making those upgrades through and through. We're gonna send it back to our casters who are gonna
Initiator
take us
में
through
they are
map 2,
playing only
Black
Teho.
Photo.
सोआ नहीं, Fade नहीं. भाई डर है. डर है. 2-0 GENG हो गई.
As well. Oh my goodness. Now on to the Killjoy on this map of Pearl. Their own map pick, Komodo.
Yeah, which is, it's going to be a fun one for me, right? Because again, how much stock do you put in towards an off-season event, right? Gen G, they ended up playing 2 of those events. They played 2 maps of Pearl in that, so it's a composition that they know twice over that they're deploying here again, right? They had a 13-10 against Varrel, and they had a 13-11 win against Paper X. Off-season things aside, they've learned a little bit on how to play this map, but again, or were they expecting, rather, DFM to come out with this map pick right now, because there's going to be a different look, right? It's, as the desk was saying, a bit of Riddle Order, ex-DFM now, and it's a different comp than the guys from Riddle Order are actually used to. They played it back in March of 2025, so it's been a hot minute between drinks for them. Kaide back then was playing on the Vice, and Yatska was on the Fade, so it definitely is a different look for what they're deploying in this rendition with DFM. As there's a bit of a mid-exploration for Gen G on this defensive side, whereas the spike I thought was going to go over towards A, but DFM thinking better of that, pulling back the duelists.
Just making a lot of noise.
डबल डुलिस्ट नियॉन योरू यहाँ पे क्या है यहाँ पे नियॉन योरू है भाई काइंड ऑफ सिमिलर कॉम्प है खाली सोवा और तेओ का डिफरेंस है और तेओ यहाँ पे नेगेटिव जाएगा पता है
peek out when Larky is there. No flash to be able to pop below himself as well to peek off that you generally see in these sort of situations, so he's just hoping for a good sharpy old bait and switch shot as DFM starts to
I can openly say तेओ यहाँ पे नेगेटिव जाएगा DFM जीत रही है ये मैप
No, we're going 5v5?
Maybe. Again.
They broke past. They're getting the spike down. It kind of is a 5v5.
But it's a new look, remember, towards this Pearl, right? You can't just all go back towards long and play massive post plant.
That's right. But this is the situation.
Yep. One salvo and a delivery for Larkia. See what he's going to want to try and facilitate for the team to get into this retake.
It is a useful tool. It's got to be utilized correctly. Oh, bolstered in alongside the relay bolt. Some extra space being cleared out. Ankles being wait, hold up! May turned around! He's coming up with the 3K! And all of a
चार मार गया May!
May out with the quad!
Well, he's going to be feeling happy about that one, Quack.
खत्म हो गई भाई जेनजी खत्म है
Feeling a little bit absent, maybe depressed over on that map number 1, because he really was suppressed a lot of that time. 4 kills in the pistol.
Damn. That's like almost half of what he had.
Yeah, nearly. But hey, you got to get that confidence out, right? Sometimes you can just have a warm-up map. You come out confident in the next one. You got to be feeling that one for sure. I did like, by the way, the a little higher play from Texture as well to try and slide in over above them. They were vulnerable as well from the gravity well. So unlucky for Texture that he didn't come out with something.
That's what happens with those 5v5s. So many factors.
We're past 5v5 post-plant stuff. Like, let's get some kills in the middle of the round.
Like this one?
Yeah. Yes,
like
this
more.
one. Anti-eco. Zink's down for the count first. As long as you don't see anything too untoward, DFM should be finding this one easy peasy, and also getting very close towards the lightning fingers for May.
Just really helps you build up so much potential momentum up to the
हमको समझ गया एक दो बंदे और दिखे एक मार दिया एक और दिख गया उधर भी स्टैक हो सकता है भागो ये पे
GENG on this defensive side nice and early as well, right?
Like what sort of things are you looking out for?
Probably just some well-defined calls from Larkia, right? Playing towards the maximal situations. Unlike that for Yatska, looking the wrong way with no backup.
Oh,
that's better.
Yeah, it's not going to be a second kill, especially after you heard out the first. Here comes May slithering on through. Ooh, classic kills on the board. Ash and Karen. Unfortunately now not having the range. DFM trying to stay close and tight, come in running and gunning. And of course cleaning up.
अब मैं क्या कर सकता है मैं शॉर्ट ही ले मैं बकी ले सकता है बकी लेके फुल शील्ड लेके अल्टी पॉप कर सकता है मैं इज हैविंग दैट मैं के पास वो एक बहुत अच्छी सहूलियत है अब क्योंकि थर्ड राउंड में तुमने अपनी लाइटनिंग फिंगर्स जो है एक्टिवेट करवा ली है
But onto your earlier point, absolutely right. I mean, Munchkin going away. Lakia stepping. That's a very.
नहीं बाकी भी नहीं लिया मैंने.
It absolutely is. I mean, you look towards the instances that they did play this map. You had a, 9-3 defensive halves, 11-1 defensive halves. Gen G were pretty strong on this map at the beginning of the year. Right now, are they going to do the same? May is trying to go in. He actually overheats on the overdrive, but the new pistol does some good damage.
Oh, good responses coming up from the new players.
Hell nah, bro. DFM cook कर रही है.
Go up around main. Oh, taking the shot against May. The spike carrier has been dropped.
Oh, now they know that Yatsuka's here. Or do they? They're looking the wrong way. Zing's take the 1v1.
Hell nah, Yatsuka.
Deletes his face. That is disgusting. DFM find 3.
Good play-by-play, Komodo. That was awesome.
These are the things that shouldn't happen. They're in towards the site. The overdrive overheats, as I said. The bandit gets pulled on out. You've got Zink still playing in towards the stairs where he finds one.
यहाँ एक मार दिया. भाई ये कैसे मार दिया?
He takes the 1 versus 1 instead of calling for Karod to swing together. These are the micro things that you need to be figuring out early on these.
ये दो कैसे मार दिए?
Because that's not a situation where, Lakia is calling for that as the IGL, right? That's the 2 players to quickly figure out what to do. Unlucky. I'll say unlucky for Gen G. Massive shots to come out from Yatsuka there.
Of all the games to have these happen, and right now, economy not really on their side. Yatsuka on the outlaw.
Of all the games, would be more worrisome in a double elim.
Fair enough.
With triple elim, you can afford to make these mistakes, but it really does make you wonder, what does this Gen G team look like in this tournament?
For such a storied team. And you love to see this coming out from Texture. Now a gun afforded to him.
Good steal. But what else of substance is there in this round now? Playing the high
what else में तो question mark ये है कि B पे peak तो आ नहीं रहा है.
Outlaw that he could potentially find both of them if he has the shots right. So we'll see how that one eventuates.
Meanwhile, Texture as well continuing to run back and forth, gather whatever information he can.
Well, they do know that Zinx did slot himself in towards A main last round, so you've got to have it in the back of your mind as DFM that it's going to be a dirty location if you do still tend towards this A site. 30 seconds to go. Lucky is here as well. A good time special delivery, which he's got out, I believe, by that view, unless it's the salvos. Anyways, needs to be the right timing. It is the delivery.
We're going to deliver a big stun. It does kind of cut them off.
15 seconds.
Running low on time as well. Bucky in hand. All you need is that one sweet kill. Oh, it's not quite there. Looking for
Plant हो गया.
Oh! Obscured by the smoke, but backed off in towards Karen's open arms. Sheriff shots fired. And now the rest of the team is circling around like sharks. The spike may have been planted, but is that going to be enough? Pop flashes. Gen G
खुद ही flashed है. भाई लौटा खुद flash हो गया था.
Firing back. Slight trades as Karen comes on through from main as well. Akame isolated now, and Zinx will be the one to put that final nail in the coffin.
Yeah, you don't really feel confident as well as Akame there in that 2 versus 1 to use the drone, to use the shock darts, even though Zinx is really low. It's a bit of a fumble to come out there from DFM, but some sharp shots to come through for Gen G nonetheless, right? Stealing of the weapon. Good decision to cheat a rotate over towards the A site nice and early. And it takes a little bit for Caron to get the shot, don't mind the whiffage, but 5v3, you do close it at the end of the day. Nicely done for Gen G, but will it continue? Buy up here, present for DFM as well. We're going to change things up and look to put all the eggs in this B basket, nice and rapid.
Same can be said for both sides. Early spam coming through from Gen G.
Yeah, one away off the Hunter's Fury for Akame as well, which I wouldn't actually mind him deploying to permit entry for the team, as we'll see a battle in the smoke.
Oh, and it's going so hectic.
फंस गई है जेंजी. एक राउंड मिल गया नसीब से वो इको का. बाकी जेंजी बहुत बुरी तरह फंसी है.
Yeah, Lakia is waltzing in towards a nano swarm there, and unfortunately, he's just meeting an opponent. It feels like everybody of Gen G is just at a deficit going into those battles there, right? They're stunned, they're walled, they're flashed.
बहुत बुरी तरह फंसी हुई है जेंजी.
It just does not give good confidence that you can come away with a victory in all of those fights from our position, and well, we see that happen, don't we? Texture and Zinx down first, Lakia falls as well, and Ash and Caron need to twiddle their thumbs now on this save. Another well-placed and thought-out round for DFM, and they're going to be rewarded. 5 alive, backing up on economy. Good attacking side start on Pearl.
Almost similar to the previous map as well, starting things off 4-1. GENG. How often do you see them playing against the back foot like this on both maps?
I mean, we're going to have to say 100% because we can't apply the same reasoning and logic to this new GENG roster that we did last year. I really do think stylistically there is a massive gap that Munchkin has left in this team, that they're going to have to just find some new things, reinvigorate themselves in new roles, in new strategies, because we saw a teetering down from 2024 for them, and other teams are starting to elevate where it almost feels like in a couple of these times, and mind you, small sample size, they're playing catch-up.
Might seem minute, you know, a player here or there, but it's such a big difference.
But it's also DFM really stepping up in this series. I will say that as well.
Stepping up right here as well. Straight into the fire and the flames. Karen, though, will be able to walk out with a kill as well from Zinx. So, 1-for-2 trade.
You'll take it. You take that as GENG, you still got all your Killjoy util towards this A side as well. 1 away from the lockdown, Texture and Ash also 1 away from their ults, and Lakia 2 away. Wouldn't actually mind trying to get a couple of them online and holding them for a really big ult rounds, because I have been seeing lately teams kind of throw an ult in here or there and you're not comboing them to their strengths. So we'll see what the ideal scenario is going to be for GENG if they're able to close out this round. 50 seconds to go. I believe Kaede was just spotted by Ash. No, doesn't matter. Texture will find him.
That should be enough, but a couple more peeks here and there.
2v4 hai.
DFM are trying to break open this window.
Yeah, if they get the plan in the open, they're going to have to sit pretty in the site. And this, you would just assume that Caron can...
जिसको 2v3 में convert कर दिया है.
He does have to run a big old mile over towards it, so it's going to take away some time from the spike. Can you really afford to drop the lockdown and wait for it?
Puffin, puffin.
They're just going to
lockdown over.
Go together as 3 here.
All right. You're going to save the ults for the upcoming ones. You kind of know that you have the angles isolated. Got the full squad. Just a Kame left. Trying to work around the utility, but of course, once you have the spike getting stuck all the way through, the pressure has been applied. Kills going through though, but nonetheless a round for GENG.
Yeah, had he planted it a little bit more open and a little bit more acceptable to the stairs, for example, down that ramp, could have maybe navigated it a little bit better around the pillar, but, you know, these things happen, and for GENG, they come away with the opener, they establish all the good trades, and they win the 3 versus 2 at the end. Really important for them to keep things competitive in this map and look for a little bit of that stability on this defensive side. And as I also highlighted, right, a couple of those ultimates that were really close.
Actually, plant थोड़े से लफड़े वाली जगह पे था, plant अच्छी जगह पे नहीं था. अगर थोड़ा सा plant और open होता ना, तो game फंसता था.
What you're banking on. Opening kills as well with Zinx spinning around. Cess managing to trade. But even with dimensional drift coming out from Yatska, this unfortunately might not amount to much.
Well, he's just by himself. He's gonna have to take his own TP out eventually.
फिर से 3v4 है, वहाँ पे मैं मर चुका है, काइडे मर चुका है.
If you're dimensional drifting in, you're trying to spot out where your opponents are, you shouldn't see a world in which Zinx is able to get away with 2 there. Bit of a slap in the face, unfortunately, for DFM. And another scenario with a 3 versus 4, they're going to look to turn to this B site.
Slap in the face now. That hurts. Let's see what Karen can do. He's got all the utility.
Wise from Caron as well to start to fall back. You don't know if they're coming up the alleyway or if they're coming out from main, or a split variety of assortment.
Plant.
Play to the numbers here. 30 seconds, 4 versus 3. You can deploy your ult here.
Spike planted.
The whole team already quick to respond. Shock Dart's trying to do what they can, but nonetheless, now you're banking on Yatska, who's just been somewhat smoked off. Lockdown almost going all the way through now, a little bit early on the jump, but still a kill afforded nonetheless. Some more stuns, but trying to play the angles around the cosmic device.
Ammo!
Ammo, Caron cleans up.
Oh, that is super unlucky for Cess in that spot, but these are
Ammo,
the things you have to be aware of.
more.
You need to know in that Phantom, if you're gonna run out of bullets, hit the damn shots. I didn't catch if he went into those duels without the full clip of ammo, or if he was spraying a little bit earlier, but irrespective, it's one of those ones where it's ultimately, it's just kind of unlucky that he runs out of ammo, I think. Trying to play in between the cosmic divides, brings it down to the 1 versus 1. It's, yeah,
Feels bad.
it's just a really unlucky one for them.
Then you see the sharpshooter from Karen on the flip side.
Yeah.
Well, next round coming up now. Quick movements coming through from May.
Turn up the pace and see what you can find, but it's going to expire in just a mere couple of seconds. And what do you have for it? You've got control up through mid, control perhaps up through towards street.
Okay.
Does it keep the idea that you want to go to this B site yet again? 3 out of 3 retakes for GENG is how they've found their rounds, and they've got a Dimensional Drift and an Armageddon that they can layer down as well for another if they want here.
Problems for future 30-second DFM. For now,
Pretty much.
focused on trying to take on this first contact.
And there is a star on the floor as well, ready for Ash to drop down when he hears any little footsteps, which do happen now, and he's missed the timing.
Has it, but Maze managed to slip past. That makes things very nerve-wracking. The Bucky to the head. Zing's trying to track on, but it just can't go. Now on to Kaide with another frag.
कुछ चीजें हैं guys, मैं स्ट्रीम के बाद Instagram पे clear करूँगा.
Hey, looking back to the Book of Darby, that is for sure. Bringing out something a little bit vintage for him, something a little bit necessary for DFM. For us to all chuckle about, and for the GENG fans out there to go, really? That's how this happens?
Oh.
But DFM, they won't see equalization. 5 versus 2. Again, another one where all 5 alive for DFM is going to be good for the further buys in this half. And I look towards the economy of GENG as well here, Quack. 400, 300, and 200 trickling down for Texture, Ash, and Zinx in that order. Going to be requesting something from Caron, one of them. Texture doesn't have the overdrive, so it is going to be round number 9 that will be feeling a little bit of lesser value for GENG.
Value ही मिलेगी नहीं.
Kind of back and forth with this economy. But at the same time then, I mean, a really successful round of performance from May.
Hell!
Just, you know, see the foot and that's enough. The movement's insane.
मजा आ गया बे.
Fans are loving it. But at the same time, you know, I think the early high gear, that was an interesting one for me. It's slightly early, but it...
40 seconds. मेरा माइक बंद था इतना टाइम से. वाओ भाई.
Something a little bit better come out from them, and the emphasis is going to be on mid by the looks of it at the moment. 2 at the doors, 2 through art. DFM want nothing to do with art.
the player or the player?
There's a double meaning in that.
Okay.
To the B site, we look to go though, and this is just going to see what Ash is going to be able to potentially do with Zinx.
Ooh. And the Armageddon as well. Quickly,
Okay.
Caron. On through the kills from an elevated position. Sinks as well. Ash down to the last one. Everyone from DFM stopped in their tracks.
Apparently, let's just go in towards the B site. Caron is there with his rifle, and he's going to line up the heads where required, and the pistolas do the job as well. Bit of frazzling with the Armageddon that gets thrown out by Alakia, so you'll take that for Gen G. Honestly, they just managed to hit their shots in a bit of the open, looking at the angles that they need to. And it's just a bit of an aim tool everywhere. Not a lot of utility that's really becoming an ultimate be all and end all in damage, but you take it. The crowd has also chuckled, so something funny.
Totally understood that. Yeah. Moving forward now, though, it's DFM with a different approach. This time into A main.
I wouldn't actually, mind them falling back to just you know, very one-dimensional play. I'll call it here. Lockdown. Push your opponents out of the side, get your deeper Astra Stars, get your duelists to dive on in behind it and get the plant. Now that you don't have the Armageddon, the Overdrive, a counter lockdown, you get the full respect that has to be given here.
Oh.
Well, respect or not, though, Gen G will look to play around the places that they do have, and that's going to be stairs right now. Texture onto the third.
Texture
the
with 4.
Mr. 4K looking for the ace. Oh, he's yelling.
he knows. Let me have it. Let me have it. Did we get rid of Mr. 4K in 2025? He had an ace.
Yo, he's hanging back. He doesn't want to have none of this.
Let's see.
Zinx. Oh, there he goes.
Oh! Cess has revealed his spot.
Okay.
And Texture's falling back. He knows. If I get the ace, do we lose or not? I think that's the more important question than getting the ace.
Oh, come on.
Let's see. Hey, at least he's not trying to sacrifice everything to find it.
Yeah, that's good, that's good.
20 seconds.
Let's not give Cess any 1v1s.
Elevated to the top of the side. I think you know with Cess that you also don't want to give it to him. 10 seconds.
You don't really want to let him hold on.
Is he just going to run and not give him the opportunity? Texture has to start sprinting. Texture has to start hunting for this one.
3 seconds.
He's not going to find it. He's not going to find it.
Cess can just hightail.
Yep.
No.
I need Texture's reaction though at the tail end of this one because he doesn't. Yeah, there it is. Inside. Mr. 4K, everybody.
Oh.
Welcome to 2026.
Some things never change. Might have a new team, new players. We gotta view them under a different lens, sure, but this guy's still the same.
Hello. Okay. Well, that's going to force the timeout to come through from DFM though, because it's starting to get a little bit up struggle street. 2 rounds found for Gen G, equalizes the 5-5. You start to feel a little bit lost perhaps now on this attacking side.
Was looking good from before. We'll see if coach intervention can help. Because right now, Gen G seemingly have found all the answers. You know, you were kind of talking about it. You want things to maybe look a little bit one-dimensional with the approach, but Gen G still have what it takes.
I mean, coaching staff of Gen G have been around for long, outside the server on that coach seat and inside the server as well too, don't forget. So if anyone can start to figure things out in this moment in time, I'd put some good value on it from them.
Feel good.
Not a gun rounds to be present for DFM as well, I might add. So an opportunity for Gen G to win the half, maybe a best tie it. As there's absent presence from Gen G in through mid as well. They're playing more favor for a strong side B of 4 with that TP over towards A. It's what I highlighted earlier on in the day as well, right? It's generally how you want those Yorus to be played. As Cess is going to be the first casualty in this round. Gen G will fall back with that advantage.
Quickly caught onto it. It's been playing that spot.
Well, it's the Astra, right? They can play a little bit more autonomous, helping out the team from beyond. Well, from elsewhere on the map, I might add, rather. From beyond is Clove.
Well, up now, though. Quick on the pre-aimed corner.
145.
Able to get the spike down.
information though that Caron is over towards Secret as well, and with that plant, things do start to get interesting. Forcing out a drift in this sort of scenario as well would be pretty good for DFM's adventures in the next round.
There we go.
Okay, Yatsuka gets Lakia.
Can't fully count them out just yet. An opening shot from Yatsuka. Ash in for the trade. Trying to close into distance wherever they can, but a little gun here and there. Might be able to find something, anything. Back in the corner, eating a flash, and that's unfortunately where the round should end. Akame just onto the Sheriff.
Okay, nice try.
But at that point, multiple angles.
Guys, मेरा last map होगा.
GenG have taken the lead.
Oh, a couple of low HP players for GenG in that round, but the shock darts, they don't exactly.
Bro, mostly आज मेरा last map होगा guys.
Ash deny it. And there is that 6th important round for GenG. As I mentioned though, right? Dimensional Drift no longer available in the next round. You've got to use that as a net positive for DFM. Try and equalize 6-6. You still get your own Hunter's Fury if you want to try and push yourselves into a bit of a post plant, but you also then consider, right?
भाई कोई तो था नीचे 2 फ्रैग्स के साथ बैठा है. लाकिया ही भाई. लाकिया? Lakia.
Lucky to get out of that.
Intact with the operator, but also there's that space. Caron, meanwhile, just hanging tight on A.
Oh, but it's the immediate space elsewhere for DFM that you're going to look the wrong way.
दो और मार दिए.
They fall to Lakia. Things are coming up good for GenG in round number 12.
Just slowly starting to dispel the fog of war. GenG exploring all across the map.
I'm not the biggest fan of posting Lakia to these doors by himself, but if he can hit the shot onto Akame, it would be good. Unfortunately, he doesn't. So in these 1v1 duels, these are the way that you let DFM get back into the round, because you're not, you know, winning a 3 versus 5. You're losing a 5 versus 3.
Yeah, that's where Komodo starts to shake his head.
Oh, Cess.
At his lips. Cross things here and there.
Yante.
Keeping things intact for GenG. Lockdown placed in. 30 seconds left.
He's not an attacker, but they know that they've lost control of Art, and that lockdown is safe, that he can look at a singular angle to be protected for himself, and he can really force DFM to waste time to try and get in towards this site. And with the nanos placed at the front side of the site as well, there is just a very difficult way that DFM win this round.
Yeah. Break them, reveal your position. Zinx just pops on through.
GG!
Right there.
Half good off.
Really nicely played for GenG on the back of their own timeout at the beginning of round number 9. 4 in a row. Some good decision making and some really sharp shots being hit as well. So we'll see if they're going to be able to carry that on in the exchange of the halves as well. Maybe try and send us to the 3rd map in this series, which we haven't had just yet in Pacific to start off this week. Everything's been a 2-0 so far.
I know Vic and the rest of the guys on the desk were kind of clamoring for the 2-1, but
मेरा guys last map है ये.
Who knows?
Only time will tell. There's some decisions to be made on this half as well to see what the differences do look like. May for the first half MVP. Stark difference compared to last map.
Well, different ages as well, of course. But yeah, as we think back to it then, does GenG have what it takes to close out this map and push us to map 3?
2-1 in the pistols so far. DFM leading that one with finding the opening pistols of both maps. The second one went to GenG in the first map for Abyss, so we'll see if that's going to still follow through as well. And carry on the successive rounds for GenG. As I said, trailing off with 4. See if they can continue to rock on. They now go onto the attacking side. Let's see if they're going to be able to dictate their own pace. A texture on the Neon, a known quantity. For Zinx on the Yoru, new to Pacific.
Very new, but starting to earn some of these stripes. Yeah, the little 180 flick back there. Gonna need to see a lot more though.
Well, Akame is going to have to fall on back right now, and with this quick execute from GenG in towards this A site, they are rapid in approach to see what they can do, and May with the frenzy is finding first one, being traded out. No!
And there There he
Okay,
goes again.
shut
Lakia
down.
straight on through. Quickly finding the trades necessary. May unfortunately not able to survive any longer. Kaide
Nice.
arriving on the crime scene, but eating a couple of bullets as well. Low HP, and then for Ash to
Nice.
swing on through, peppering more shots over, but at the
One
cost
of
of his
each you.
life.
They are so low, and Larky has a frenzy. He can just wipe the floor with them. And he's gone to the right spot.
Pushing all the way in. Finds the first one.
Oi!
Right click though. Kaide ends it. What?
There's no recognition, unfortunately, for Larky after he finds that first kill. He turns around and, 2 right clicks, 3 right clicks come out from Kaide. He just didn't even turn back. That's quite unfortunate for Larkia in that moment in time. DFM, I thought that they would be out of that pistol round as soon as you had the overwhelming force of Gen G come in after those first kills that May gets away. I need to see how he got the second one, in fact, because I think he had to go for a reload, right? Gets it out, 1 bullet left, back to 15, gets the second. But it's this moment in time when Gen G look for the stability, when they get the plant down, that I thought it was done. Apparently not.
I think Lucky thought that as well, but
Now,
look at this.
1, 2, and then the left clicks.
no.
Yeah, there you go.
Messi!
Just written in the cards, in the script for DFM right now on these pistols at least.
In the script for DFM, is that who Jen was talking about on the phone?
Perhaps. Opening game. But now, take a bit of a breather onto the defense with the upgraded weapons.
Yep, turret first, point of contact, a high-low setup behind it as well. You got the Vandal for May, you're gonna waltz in towards this one and probably lose your life. Get off the drone.
Oh, no, not quite. That's an unfortunate loss there. Now you're feeling the pressure with more salvos getting sent over, but Gen G peeling off.
Yeah, not the way that you would hope that the beginning of this round went for DFM, is it?
75 HP पे कायदे है.
Damage to the body, Cess as well.
सोआ जा चुका है.
I guess you would say that it's alright that Gen G didn't take any of the weapons that were felled. Just the one. But it does expose some gaps around the map now that DFM have to be aware of. Just posting up Yatska, deep line towards B. Rest of the team to stay towards the A site, which is very, very required right now because that's where Gen G are going.
I think that's why, you got the alarm bot, you got Yatska,
मैं मार दिया दो. मैं with the third one.
It's just so prepared for this. Karan though, still fighting back. Just the one.
बोला ना मैं with the third one. Let's
At the end
go.
of the day, DFM needed the round, they wanted the round, and they do get it after the pistol. So equalized 7-7. Now we get the weapons in the hand.
पिछले मैप में मैंने नहीं मारा, फिर भी वो लोग जीत गए. इस मैप में मैं मार रहा है, तो ये जीत नहीं है.
On this map of Pearl. Of course, I know I highlighted it a little bit earlier on, but on the 2025 adventures on this map for them, grain of salt because different look to the roster as well. Some good things from them, right? A couple of good wins. They have 4 at the end of the day, just losing their very first one at T1. But a lot of the rounds came from their defensive side, so they do have a bit of a mountain to climb on this attack side.
Yeah, how about that? So that would be then the benchmark, right? That they kind of need to hit.
Connections नहीं बने.
Benchmark for a team like Gen G with the players on this roster is wins. Not really rounds.
Either way.
Bandit.
Trying to break on through from middle now. Oh.
Don't get too overzealous though if you're May at the moment. Saw this position get the better of Lakia earlier on as Akame, I think he might have been spotted. Bandit can't navigate a headshot onto Karon, who is getting ever so closer towards that lockdown as well. And there's that.
Shoulder peek नहीं रहे.
Is going to get done dirty by Lakia. So a couple of kills. I might say gifted a little bit over towards Gen G.
Going out. Yeah, that's appropriate. That's appropriate. We'll see what else Gen G's going to cook up though. Trying to plant some players around.
Yeah.
Oh यार.
Single waltz from Cess that gets the better of him. Gen G just being very passive and comfortable to allow DFM to go scoping for some further information, better positions and advantages.
Yeah, trying to lure them out.
NT.
Will be able to find it, but unfortunately, as the last guy left, Yatska, he's gonna have to make the long journey.
He died the millisecond the blind hit from the special delivery, the concuss. Yatska 1 versus 3. with the Outlaw. 2 players will lose to a single shot, so just Ash that's going to play on the other side of the map, essentially, because he is the Astra with the Gravwell available. So you just know that Yaska would have had to potentially tap the spike to draw that out early. And that doesn't happen as well. So this round is gone off yonder. DFM are not winning this one. And I'm thinking to myself as well, you're not really going to want to hold an Outlaw potentially to the next round when there's some Vandals on the floor that you can get. So you'll go in towards mid doors where Kaide's one is on the floor. No, he had the Bulldog.
Someone else?
Yeah, the other guy that died there.
Hard to keep track, but either way, GENG is being careful around these approaches, now finding a lead.
Early stages on the second half, though, of course. And that was the lesser equipped one. It was Texture's gun, mind you. Lesser equipped in that round, though, DFM. Now they'll get the weaponry to come up and see really what these rifle rounds do have. Because for me, you know, you started off a little bit strong for DFM. And GENG started to get a good feeling on the defensive side. But on this switch up, are they going to continue to do this? A bit of a
Bro, खतरनाक वाला मेरे को अब है ना yawning हो रहा है.
Stuns and flashes, everybody's blinded and smoked off and
hold up though.
Not able to fight.
Yeah, GENG.
भगा दिया ये main control से.
Well, that is forced back by all the utility. Now the orb control can go over towards DFM.
Potential options off the space being gained.
They're just going to try and hunt together for the fight, however. You've got an early warning call technically at the front side of B for Kaede. But if that alarm bot does get popped, I think you're more worrisome in the fact that you've seen nothing on the A side of DFM, so you know it's going to be a strong stampede of members up through B. And Kaede is just getting sprayed through the smoke. I need to see texture vision on that.
I think he wanted to play a little bit sneaky, but that's Texture. Check his PC. We're good.
Well, there was an assist to come in through from Larkia as well, so I think some sort of combination on something. Anyways, lockdown in to get the space. Plant goes down. Larkia has an Armageddon. Ash gets traded.
And if the
भाग जाओ, save करो.
out as well, unfortunately, just no option for the rest of DFM.
It's just a save. You've got to. There's no way that you're getting back into this round. It's just untenable. So DFM. Find the first 2 rounds of this half. They lose to the rifles twice over for GENG. How much of a gap will come out before you want to use that second time out? The hunt is important here as well, technically. You've got a little bit of money that you can reinvest for GENG. You cannot say the same for DFM. Cess. And that rifle does get pulled out of his hands, so only one translated into the next round in the hands of May. You know, you could technically drop that over because he's got the overdrive. That's what it was. There was a tag on Kaede. So they've triangulated where he's going to be after the ping come out and sprayed him.
Absolutely.
There was one player on the side of DFM that was swimming in cash in Yartscott, so they, you know, could have done something for a little light upgrade, which they have. Light shields and a sheriff. Lion share of effort, you would assume, has to be done by May now in this round.
It's gonna be quite the mammoth task. Just a main for now.
Well, May is at the right spot. TP is going to fade from Yardscott. He's going to jump for all the info, but has that drawn attention away from May? How much can he get away with here? There's the first.
Oh, he's dipping back in for a second with the relay, but a little bit too risky, so...
Yeah, a different world perhaps if Yartscott was ready with the blindsides available beyond the stun, that he could re-go for that as well, right? Get back to the high gear and just charge it a bit closer without the slide. But thinks better of it, plays the numbers, gives the gun to Yartscott. So we'll play on the back of the overdrive, perhaps, if he sees anything towards the B side, because he has really turned his tail to the other side of the map. And for poor old Kaede, he got caught sleeping.
So unfortunate. Reactions so crucial. But right now, for GENG to go in with this playbook again,
30 seconds
come in, re-clear. A lot of question marks for DFM. They're piece this together.
You've heard all the footsteps, so you know where this is ending right
nice
now.
Ryakame.
Yardscott, you gave the guy the good weapon, he gets one. Now the overdrive is here for May. This is
It's good. No timer is ticking, but it is May after
Time
all.
by gaya, thrifty.
Just quick onto the micro flicks, and it's going to be a thrifty picked up by DFM.
Nicely done.
Bandit bhai, bandits. Zamana bandits ka ho
Play
gaya.
with all the utility that gets dropped on down. They have the good bait and switch as well, and they play it patiently. Honestly, I think that's the biggest thing for them in that round, right? May could have gone hungry to get more frags with the only weapon in the game for the side of DFM, but plays it better to the numbers, drops the gun over, has that overdrive, pops it at the end for the rotation. He ran from A in the beginning to B in the middle, back to A at the end. He's 25 kills, mind you. He's really flipped it over.
It's incredible, but still
Bhai, khatam kar diya.
leaving the rest a little bit wanting. Yatska right now.
GG करके घर भेज दिया
When do you ever really expect a TP from a Yoru to go to the top of the site as well? That would have been pretty scary.
करके
to come
घर भेज
out,
दिया, घर भेज
finds the
दिया.
first kill on the floor and then elevated for the second. It would have been a big hampering to GenG's affairs in this round had that second occurred. So luckily for Lakia, stealth drone removes that. But what do you look to do now as GenG? You've just left Zinx at this site with the TP that is in the site, by the way. And the Stinger at this close range. Yep, can't get the job done. Yatska quick with the op.
Quickly checked, and now you're just walking into KJ utility as well.
Yeah, it's just good positioning and decisions again for DFM in this round, where it's potentially looking to flip things over. I mean, you've got a bit of a save situation from GenG coming into this round as well, so they will have a buy into the next round. Texture can pick up an overdrive if they go for an orb fight.
It's gonna be Yatska though. Oh my gosh, Ash, what have you done? 1v3 as he tries to scrounge up anything possible in this round. Work around the Caterpillar smokes, but dispatches of it all.
Yatska coming out with the 4K. If he
Score is 9 apiece now.
I would have been putting him in some helpful hands to get the ace. It's really nicely played with the operator in this one. But now the question that we're kind of asking for GenG is you come out, right, at the sort of beginning stages of this half after the pistol and second with 2 good rifle rounds of your own. Now you've slipped up with 2 rifle rounds. What do you look to do? Well, it's going to be
a timeout.
Need to, huh?
40 seconds. Actual gold player. देखना है भैया लिक्विड का गेम.
Yatska, case in point.
Yeah, but is he a little bit too narrow focused up to top mid? Because Caron is just sitting pretty, scoping things out. Expired TP and he's rewarded for it. That is unfortunate for Caron.
Wow.
पकड़ा Caron को off guard.
Just kind of trailed off as well, but that's just unfortunate.
It might very well be a situation now that you have to dimensional drift to get some forward spots, and well, it's going to be Yatska actually that answers with one to see where their opponents are. A minute mark to go, they're still in mid. He can't spot anything deep towards A main, so it's a bit unfortunate that they don't know if texture is all the way up, but with this dimensional drift that's coming on through, should give you a bit of an idea that this is an A.
जा रहे.
Drift for drift. As you mentioned, the idea, DFM are wise to still...
I would be dropping the lockdown here as a stalling tactic. Make them really play for it, right? Cosmic Divide goes down. They're going to use it a little bit later on, and it's a bit of a shallow ult as well. That's not really going to force them too deep out of main. So whilst the ult does get respected, Texture specifically is going to be able to fight nice and early.
Lakia online as well with a couple more bits of utility. So the whole team from DFM, despite having all live, need to clear quite a bit. Comes down to May starting things off.
Only the things that the Neon can do.
Oh, it's lovely. And there goes the relay bolt straight into A main. Texture, can you do it? Ash is biding his time all the way from round back.
इतनी देर से दिखाई नहीं ना Ash. इनको थी कि प्लान आ रहा है.
Yeah, well, that timeout that comes out from GENG is not going to convert into a victory. DFM, the first team to achieve double digits here. And I'll highlight as well, both timeouts utilized for GENG. No coach intervention anymore. The team is going to have to remember what was discussed or really rely on Lakia's tenure and experience back in towards this roster to see what can come out. Poor old Zinx in that round as well. Just Neon things when he thinks he's got the right angle. Unfortunately for him, May slides and removes him. You got a lesser equipped buy for GENG in this round as well. This one is starting to feel a little bit more rough for GENG when you feel like maybe they're starting to get some individual brilliance shining through with those 2 rounds that they get in a row. Gets pulled out from under the
High-low
We need
setup.
to see something fresh for them to get back in towards this map. Change of utility as well for Kaede. Putting the alarm bot in up, putting the turret in towards mid. Scope out with the drone that nothing's around A main as well. Do you want to take a little bit more of the forward space or do you just get an early rotate?
देखो the thing is 1 minute का ही time बचा है. अभी तक exploration के नाम पे कुछ भी नहीं, खाली mid का turret तोड़ा है. 8 भी अगर जाएंगे तो अलार्म बॉट और नैनो स्वॉर्म को यहाँ पे टारगेट करना पड़ेगा. ए में इन पे 3 बंदे खड़े हैं.
Not really considering smoking off to cheat on by sneaky beat.
Texture पे ulti है, no doubt.
The numbers are at this site for DFM.
Just got no choice. You're gonna have to make a move.
Texture, that is buying a lot of time away from that overdrive for him to get on in and find a kill to get the refresh.
Then you consider the angles that DFM have, the ones that they're holding onto on the site. Lakia able to sneak the kill on towards A main. Now May looking for his opportunity. Unfortunately though, everyone from GENG is just collapsing one on top of the other. And now it's Ash. Looked all the way up top. The only one left being Yatska. Trying to land some
nice try
breaks now, but it's just the op.
Well, he doesn't have a TP to get out either, so he really is just stuck in towards an attempt at a retake, and it's
nice
not going to happen. Zinx for the close, and Thrifty for GENG. Very needed, you feel, in this situation. And the fact that Lakia has found that kill with the stinger after getting dinked through the wall, 15 HP, you're feeling a little bit sorry and in the face as Akame.
A good response coming through from GENG.
But job not done. Not done at all. Got to still go, and with the money that DFM had built up, they have another purchase in the coffers here. 29 kills for May, charging on for a 30.
Again, just trying to get a feel. Kaede coming back in the utility once more, but there goes Yatska. Sudden peek up from Art, and he collapses onto Texture of all players.
It's a good opener from DFM. You just got to make sure that you are dotting I's, crossing T's for the remainder, as Ash has found the right timing to sneak all the way up through B long. And at the main choke point, is he going to be able to find the right timing onto Cess, who is by himself at this B site, mind you? And in a situation that's quite open and susceptible to being swung on. That's not the call for GENG, is it? Over towards the A site, back into the stack yet again. Ash can play for the team from off yonder, but he's really playing for a hell of a late flank.
It's kind of awkward. Either way, so much of it hinges onto this push
Oh.
right here. Karon finding the first.
Wait.
To respond. Lakia coming back in, but Akami is there as well. And this is the problem. Ash is just in another universe at the moment on the other side of the map, and there's nothing that he can do. Yeah, he'll grab the orb here, but he is, still 4 away from that Cosmic Divide. That's all he takes in this round. He holds a gun for the next round, which, I mean, they kind of need. Texture will request a purchase, and then the team can really all have a buy. But that is a situation for Gen G that time is left a little bit too late, and they are just trying to bully their way into an A side, which is pretty stacked. That is such a sharp, quick shot, mind you. Wow.
Look at this one for Kaide as well.
ये अच्छा मार दिया रे काइडे ने.
Stacked indeed, Komodo.
And again, no timeout available, remember, for Gen G to talk things over. So what they see is what they get. Operator for Yatska at the right side again, shoots the clone. He's gonna try and have a second bite.
Nice.
He's gonna go for it, but right now it's Cess trying to anchor down onto this site. Knows that there's that many players, but still managed to walk away with another. Texture, having done quite a bit, allows for the team to get the spike down.
3v3.
Yeah, it's going to be a post-plant scenario where May is kind of early on this
People
flank. And it feels like Ash is at least aware of it right now. Kaede wins a very good fight on towards Texture to start to make things a little bit more difficult. Lakia, though, mind you, look, ult, 2 salvos.
He's gonna have to be able to deploy that utility. Most May trying to toy with him, but there he goes. Ash providing cover. Now it's on to Kaede. The rest of them playing peekaboo around this pillar. Kaede manages to take it.
He's just stuck it. He already got a half defuse. There was no way that you're pulling him off the defuse. Ash didn't have it ready. That's a roughie to come through from Gen G. But again, that's why I can't
Timing of the
such
utils are very important. Or
tool that
timing of the
being felt
utils.
there is, right? It's a key piece to the defense of the spike at the end there. But I actually want to take a highlight onto this very play from Cess. The fact that he finds the first kill, buys significant time by himself, dancing around the pillar with Texture, and finding another kill in the mix. That it was very, very crucial.
Hell of an improvement. Roughie or not for Gen G, it is one that affords DFM map and series point now.
2 of them to go. That's what Gen G have to try and find. Lakia missing a bit of utility in the early stages of this round. A Bulldog that he has to play with. No ultis for Gen G as well. They have to play together. Have the good crosshair placements. And if they do want to go in towards Art, there's 3 members of DFM that all swing together. So count your lucky stars as Gen G that they didn't hang around in that moment.
As soon as they make the quick turnaround, DFM got moves of their own.
You got to get in towards this B site, you feel like right now, don't you? You want to get away back in towards this one.
Just clearing out the early stages of it, but man,
they just ended it in a
on the draw.
snap actually.
Coming through.
They just ended it in a snap.
Just as quick as the execute happens, the entire map closes out 13 to 10. DFM, this has been a long time coming.
2-0, ये भी 2-0. कितने 2-0s देखेंगे हम, I don't know. कितने actually कितने 2-0s भाई. जो 2-0s हो रहे हैं ना, बहुत तगड़े 2-0s हो रहे हैं. पैसिफिक के अंदर अभी तक एक भी ऐसा नहीं हुआ है जो मैप 3 तक गया हो. But never mind guys. It was fun hosting this watch party. थोड़ी सी एनर्जी कम थी, आई नो. एनर्जी आपको ट्यूसडे से देखने को मिल जाएगी. 2 दिन अभी मेरे को रीसेट होने में लग रहा है. मंडे को एक टूर्नामेंट है, वी आर गोइंग टू कवर दैट एटलीस्ट. एक खेलने भी जा रहा हूँ मैं संडे को एक टूर्नामेंट, मंडे को एक्चुअली. सो देखते हैं. टिल देन बाय बाय, टेक केयर, सी यू, लव यू. कल भी स्ट्रीम करेंगे वैसे.